Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TARDIS Zone Live. Yes, Resurrection of the Daleks, watch along and discussion. Nice to see you all on this Saturday evening, or wherever you are, wherever time it is in the world. Nice to have you all on board. So, yeah, we got a bit of resurrection to do. So I'm gonna get on the guests because I want to start this story as ASAP. So I'm going to bring on the guests. We're not going to be chatting for too long. I'm just going to do it, get it done, and then we can have a discussion after it. If people want to talk about other stuff, but we're sticking strictly now to doing this. So when I get everybody on, we're literally starting straight away. So I'm sending out the invites now. I'll do a few shout outs to a few people there now in a second. Just give me a second. Right, one email is sent. I am sending all the emails as we start. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this story. Don't know about you guys. Peter Davison obviously was the doctor that I grew up with. So yeah, it's been a while. I thought we already did this story, but I got confused because there's a lot of stories out there that just oh yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know the Time Lord Victoria's panel has gone ahead, but no interest, to be quite honest with you. Who else would like to give an Roy? Let's see. Right, while we're waiting on some of the guests to come in, actually have to send one to check our emails, please. Check our emails. Everybody that knows that they're on has been sent an email, except for one or two, which I'm sending one to one now. And then I think I have to get an email address off someone because they normally join through the link in the chat. So let's see. Are we watching the 2-part or the 4-part version? Rabbi will be the one to let us know what's going on there. But let's give the shout outs while we're waiting on our panelists to come in. I've sent the emails, guys. Gary Hewitt, you're in the chat. Do me a favor, mate. You'll have to send me your email by messenger, please, if you don't mind. If you're coming on. Right, so we've got Charlotte in the chat, but she's also joining us tonight. We've got Sadako24. We've got Lee Anthony Davis. We've got Problem Being. Who else have we got? We've got Disaster Area. We've got Chris Persia, King of the Wrenches. Welcome. Terrence Kent is here. Welcome. Yeah, I seen it. He's something else. He is. I used to strike the top. We got Emma here as well. Welcome, Emma. Who else have we got? The Real Super Doctor in the chat. He's also joining us tonight. Gary Hewitt. Stuart is here as well. Welcome, Stuart. Darren M is here as well. Welcome, Darren. Rob Fellows is here. Welcome. And I sent you the email, Rabbi. I sent everybody the email. I will send it again, just in case. But I did. There you go. I send it again. You must get email now. Right, sent again to you there, Rabbi. Let's hope and pray that it gets there. What? Right. Evening zoners from the thinking. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Right, so we're gonna do this watch along. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna briefly discuss the watch along, give the ratings, and then if we want to talk any other Doctor Who news or whatever breaking news that has come up recently, we're doing it after the watch along. There'll be no discussion of what's happened in the last couple of days. Now it'll be after the stream. I want to get this watch along done because the streams are going 4 or 5 hours every week, every Saturday, and it's only a bloody what? How many? 25-minute an episode, and we're there for 5 hours. So I've had a long week anyway, so I want to just do the watch along, and then we'll have a brief discussion on all the stuff that's happened. Because there has been a lot that's happened. There's still some fans out there that won't accept and what happened there. Me oven. Oh, it's grand. It's probably a tray. I'll check it. Can't accept that Jodie Whittaker said filming hasn't started. Few of the Whittaker fans just can't accept it. But we will discuss that after the watch along. I'm not discussing that new Who related until after the watch along. So I've sent all the emails out. I'm just waiting on. Rabbi, could you do us a favor? Could you send Gary Hewitt the link to this chat, because he says his email's not very good, and I think I remember I did try send him an email last week and we couldn't get him on because it's a weird email or something. So if you could send Gary Hewitt the link, he's on Messenger, or if you could actually text him, Gary, Rabbi, if you could text Rabbi even on Messenger. Oh, it's done, is it? Right, grand. And Lee says he has. What's going on with all of these emails not going through? Right, Lee, hang on. Everybody is getting where's my email? I've sent them, boys. I've sent them. There you go. Yeah, it's like the easiest email you can think. I could write his email address blindfolded. There, it's sent again. Right, let's bring on our guests because they've been waiting. I'm not going to do any big intros either now because I'm crap at them. So I'm just going to introduce them. So we've got one of the co-hosts of Daniel's channel actually joining us, and it's the one and only Charlotte.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
That's good. Nice to know. How's your weekend going so far?
Oh, it's been good. I've not been rained on as much when I've been out with the dog today, so that was good.
But that's a bit of good news, I suppose. Nobody likes being rained on when they're being the dog for a walk.
Yeah. So that's been made my day a bit better.
Yeah. It's the same when you go shopping as well. Do you know when you nearly get home and you think you're just gonna make it, and then it pisses down, and you're just literally at your door? Yeah, that annoys me too.
And especially when you've got a dog that you're just close to getting home and it decides it wants to sniff for 5 minutes, and then the rain happens and it's like we could have been not out here.
Yeah, it's I hate it that happens. It drives me crazy. Right, let's bring you all on because I can see you are all here except I always have to send a tweet to remind the other fella that we're starting. So right, we'll bring on our next guest actually while I'm doing that. So he's with us tonight. It's the one and the only, the real super doctor.
Hello, Noel. How are you?
Not bad, my friend. How are you?
Yeah, it's kind of a bit cold here tonight.
Yeah. Temperatures is going to start dropping now. So we'll have to. I mean, I'm wearing my wife's bat robe all the time, so that just got to show how cold it actually is when going around wearing her pink bathrobe. There you go. Arting to keep me warm, you know.
Oh,
Right,
well.
yeah, I'll tell you. I wish I had a log fire, man. It's the one thing I miss by being in an apartment. You don't have fires. It's radiators and stuff, you know.
Yeah,
I
I've
wish
got
I had
radiators and stuff.
a log fire. Love a log fire. Love the sound of a log fire. It's great. Right, let's bring him on because he's come a very, very long way. It's the one and the only, the man with a plan, the man with controversial hashtags. I have to have a word with him about that one. Yeah. It's the one and only, the rabbi from another planet. What were you thinking, mate?
What was the hashtag? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't want to repeat it, but there was an incident in the UK that if we had have actually went with that hashtag, we would have got into trouble.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a riff on ACB, right? All cops.
Yeah, but we couldn't use it because it's very sensitive in the UK at the moment because
What
of that
happened?
police officer was murdered.
Oh really?
Yeah, in what was it? It was somewhere safe. Where was it? In like the.
Well, it wasn't that bloody safe? Not for him, it wasn't.
Well, no, the area that he was in, they've never had any. It was a big deal. Like seriously, they've been even believe it or not, they've actually been doing minute silences. All the London clubs that play football, they all did a minute silence for him.
Oh, that was it. It was in.
When was this? When was it?
I don't know.
A couple weeks ago now.
All I see is the headline. He died. You, Charlotte, will know.
I think that was it.
I would have changed it.
That was it.
I sent you a message, man, the night before. I sent you a message.
When?
But I knew you were in. But see, the thing about it is, right? I sent you the message at 6:05. I missed you by 5 minutes.
I
missed you by 5 minutes. So I sent you a voice message to say, well, you're probably not going to get this, blah, blah, blah. And then I said, but we can't.
I'm looking at the voice message right now. There you go.
So I said, we can't use that trailer. Don't play it, but because, yeah. So I was lucky I spotted it because normally, you know.
I'm glad somebody spotted it. You would have been in trouble.
But it doesn't matter. It's fun. Nobody, everything is fun.
What was it? It was like all the cops are bastards.
Yeah. Don't mention.
Yeah.
You can't. It was sensitive. Yeah, and I know you didn't know, and that's what we said. That's what I said. Like,
I really didn't. Yeah. I mean, I'll take the piss out the.
Yeah, I know who you're taking the piss out of, but because people out there wouldn't know, they look bad, like you know, and because we're living in an age where. Even when someone comes out with facts, they don't accept it. So, that's the society.
Okay. By the way, without getting into any new news, I've been offline for 24 hours. Did anything happen? I saw the trailer for the Dalek thing, which looked really ropey. Is there anything else that went on?
No, nothing's happened. Bar, we got our hands on a photo.
I saw that. Yeah. No, that could go either way. That could be photoshopped.
And there's still the usual pushback from the Whittaker fans and some of the people saying that it is filming. But listen, we'll talk about it after, right? Sooner we get this done, then the better we can talk about the news because it's 7:15. If we get it done, we could be finished by 9, and then we can have a little bit of a chat. Then you're not half asleep either.
That's probably good.
Yeah. Have you got your coffee in already?
I do. Look at me go.
Good man. I have mine. I'll make a mine now after I bring the next guest on. Right. This guy always has a problem. And he's a human being. But he's our problem. Problem being.
Hello.
Look at that. You're our problem. I'm
like that. Hello. You sound like Cruella de Vil when you do that. Hello.
Well, I'll tell you what, I am warm to the cockles because one good thing about having your mum visiting is she makes you potato soup.
Ooh, I love potato
leek soup.
Well, I have to tell you guys, it was unusually hot yesterday and today in Israel. It was like about over 40, I think. So
wow.
So I don't relate.
Well, so you would have had yourself. You would have been out. Well, I don't know if you are still in lockdown. I don't know what the situation there is in Israel, but you're getting to go out now in the weather. Like you're getting to enjoy it at least.
No, I just realized I've been posting this in the wrong place. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I was asking you. I was asking you.
Sorry, I just realised I was sending people the link to the story on the wrong chat.
Oh, all right. Good. Right. Well, while you're doing whatever you're doing, I'll bring on our next guest, and we should have Ballstreck with us. You know what happens. Ballstreck is the weekends. He's hold on. He'll join part way through because he's a little bit busy, but he still comes on. And by the way, I don't know what happened last night. I woke up and me sub count jumped. So thank you everybody that subscribed to me overnight. I really appreciate it. Actually,
it'll probably be from the New York panel because that got quite a lot of views, and I thought we did quite well with that.
Also, I was kind of a bit like after the Friday Night Tights thing. I was like, yeah, come and see us on TARDIS Zone, kind of like off the cuff. So may have had a little impact.
I think Gary doesn't mind if you promote, but I don't like doing it. So
yeah, but you're not doing it. I am.
Because at the end of the day, he always gives me a shout out anyway.
Yeah,
so
look,
I'm grateful. So I mean, but look,
I was actually talking to someone. I was actually talking to someone in the stream, saying I'll see you tomorrow for the watch along for the resurrection of the Daleks watch along. So,
well, welcome. If there is any new people watching, you're welcome. Nice to have you on board. Right, let's bring on our next guest. We will have Ballstreck a little bit later on, but this is your panel now. So it's the one and the only Gary Hewitt.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Noel. Everybody good?
Hello, good to see you.
We're all doing well, Tom. We're all doing well. How are you?
Brilliant. I'm very well. Well, to be honest, I have a bit of hay fever, so I've had a runny nose all day. It's only in the last hour or so that it's settling down, so I'm a bit bunged up. But I'm okay.
I tell you what, I wish I had your energy when I had hay fever, mate.
I know. Just Cheryl gets hay fever, gets it very bad, and it's like as if, it's like a bloody flu when you get it bad. It's like
I've got cold.
Yeah,
I've got cold.
I'm glad it's just the cold, but yeah, it is the cold and flu season as well. So this is where the fun begins, guys.
I mean, I don't know when
begin. If everybody thought the summer was bad, this is where the fun actually begins now, because the winter, because hospitals, your GPs. You're gonna have people going in getting the flu jab, getting remedies for cold and all of it. It's gonna be fun because people won't know whether they're gonna have COVID or whether they're gonna have a genuine medical, or genuine cold or flu. What the hell is all of that rubbish?
Well, I think
Jared's just putting some rubbish on the what's that? Is that from the bottle that he's ripping a bottle apart? He's mad at you, is he? Yeah. See, the fireworks are off, so we gave him he likes ripping plastic bottles up, so we just gave him a plastic bottle to play with because it's the only thing that keeps him quiet, unfortunately.
Why are there always fireworks by you?
It's like it's people in blocks of flats and houses. They just don't give a crap. They're illegal, but it's just the way it is. By the way, we've only literally been how many minutes into this stream? 19 minutes, and my stream has already been limited. What a crockish. I won't say any more before I get into trouble. Right. Let's get ready to rumble, guys. I'm going to put the kettle on. Everybody get your episodes ready. And if anybody actually on the panel right now has anything to say about this story, would like to give a brief few words to people who haven't seen this story, what to expect, and let us know if you actually like the story as well. And don't forget, guys, to like, share, and subscribe to everybody on the panel. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Thank you. Or if you don't like what we do here, you can always give the video a dislike. All interactions count. But if you do like what we have to say, press that thumbs up. And, there's a little bell there. And that bell reminds you when you get a new video from me. And trust me, you'll always be entertained. Everybody on the panel will tell you, because nobody knows what you get from me when you come onto a stream. So, yeah, hit that bell. And you never know, you might actually like me streams. Yeah, apparently I have this.
Sudoku was asking which version I've seen him out.
Yeah. Which version?
The 4-episode version.
The 4-episode version.
Because here's the thing: when they originally transmitted it, it was in the 2-episode version,
Yeah.
but it didn't really work. It was just 2 episodes they edited together. It was the next year when they started trying to write them as 45 and 50-minute episodes. Didn't really work. They didn't really have it down then. But so as good intended, the 4-episode version. This is the one with Rula Lenska in it. Let me try and remember.
Yeah, it has, and Rodney Hughes from the Like Lads.
Oh right, yeah, him. I remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was on. They showed this during the Olympics, wasn't it? Oh yeah, listen. So, by the way, you're going to see lots and lots of like derelict-looking places in London. All those places are worth a freaking fortune now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the DVD extras where they show the locations? Then and now. Fantastic.
Yeah, then and now is a bit jarring. It's very different.
Yeah, very.
Right, guys, we're gonna start literally now in 2 minutes. So, actually, I went into the kitchen to boil the kettle. That's what
Yeah, no, that's what you said you were doing.
I'm saying we're ready to start, and I haven't even boiled my bloody kettle. Right.
I couldn't remember how many episodes were in this. I thought it was a lot more than it is. That's weird.
No,
I thought it was a 6-parter.
And I recommend everybody don't form any emotional relationship, any emotional attachment to any character. Not many that make it through.
No, I've got to say, honestly, I think there's good ideas in this, but it's a bit of a too much going on type for me. Like, there was bits I liked, and there was good core ideas, but I just felt like it felt a bit like they were smushing a lot of ideas together for this.
Yeah, I hear that.
Still a classic.
Still a classic. Tegan's last story. Looking very good in that miniskirt, I must say. Yeah, Tegan's last story, and she said she leaves, but you're never sure she means it because she said that before. But this time she really meant it.
Anna kicked off Dirty Den's career. Anna kicked off Dirty Den's career, Leslie Grantham.
Oh right. This was his first role, and he basically just got out of jail when he got this, wasn't it?
I wasn't Leela his agent. So. Louise Jameson Leela his agent.
Oh really?
I think so. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Well, what's her name's been the woman who was Tegan, hasn't she been an agent for Davidson?
She was an agent for Paul McGann, and she tried to talk him out of taking the role in '96. Well, I guess it'd be '95 then.
Talk him out.
I think she was also an agent for Sylvester
as she would
as well.
Could be.
Yeah, she would.
Yeah.
Crikey.
Hey, what else is to think about this episode? Lots of good jiggling Daleks inside casings. There is a pretty good Dalek story this one, and we're getting like kind of a two-parter because this week is Resurrection of Dalek. Next week is Attack of the Cybermen, which also has Lytton in it, and it basically there's a soft cliffhanger at the end of this episode that's resolved in the story we're watching next week. Plus, next week has Nicola Bryant in one of her greatest costumes ever.
Of course, that'd be what you'd remember.
The pink jiggle that was.
Rely on Rabbi for.
We've got Retro Clock in the chat. We've got Carl in the chat. Welcome, guys. Who else have we got? We have Daniel. I forgot to mention you earlier, pal. Nice to see you here. And why is me music? Me phone is doing all kinds of weird crap, so we better start because Dr. Dave is here as well, a disaster area. Retro Dicky as well. If I have forgotten anybody, I do apologize. But are you ready now? Rabbi is about.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
ready.
I'm just pulling up now as well. It should be
Grand.
Start with episode 1.
It's just my phone is playing up, so I need to play this before the radio kicks in, or before me radio kicks in, because I dropped it and there's a crack in it, so it's acting the rubbish. Oh.
So you're fine. I'm going to put you up ready to go.
Right, I'm ready. So do the countdown.
Are we ready? Okay, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now. we're engaged. So the effect they used to have Peter Davison's face appear is just really naff. Yeah, it's really naff.
Groundbreaking at the time.
It was just a photograph.
10 years out. Top of the Pops have been doing that for a while.
Can I ask, what is this? Which series is this of Peter's? First, second, or third?
Oh, third. This is his
last one.
Stories after this. Who directed this?
I mean, this is a good opening.
Matthew
Yes,
Robinson.
I agree. But yeah, again.
And now to think all of that is like prime real estate.
Time very
Oh,
expensive.
it's beautiful now.
It's beautiful there. I love all that.
Matthew Robinson directed it. He's a pretty good director. Eric Saward's script. A very obviously Eric Saward's script because a lot of people are being mowed down with machine guns.
What, this guy was just an extra, I think, that they took off the streets, wasn't he?
Oh, really?
I was going to say he looks like somebody from Only Fools and Horses.
It's like rejects from Blade 7, doesn't it?
I
Right.
think he was taken.
Although they basically this was a bunch of generic costumes they had, I guess. This is really scary. And the police come out with the machine pistols.
Yeah.
You could not have this today.
Oh no.
There's
I know
no
one would
way.
break down.
I mean, look at all the deaths.
Right.
I mean, this is a bit graphic.
It really is,
Plus,
isn't
you've
it?
got that score in the background. That's what I noticed. It just adds to it, doesn't it? It's
And
like
him!
dread.
I
They
know
just knocked him out for the
the
hell of it.
tramp in the street.
This is really well directed. I like the way they compose the image.
This freaked me out so much as a kid.
Right.
I think at the time my father was actually in the transport police at the time as well.
Oh,
so it
really?
just
There you go.
Oh, I bet that's freaky.
Yeah, kind of Captain Zepp outfits. That is correct.
There's Rodney Bewes there.
Right. He was lined up to be Digby in a production of Dan Dare at one point.
Uh-huh.
Tell me, that's not a bad effect shot, is it?
No.
No, it isn't. It's quite good.
Yeah, that was like motion camera stuff. You know, I've got to check out that comic book, that Listen comic book they've done. Oh, yeah, and their hats. Every hat they wear in this is awful. You've got like...
Yeah, but
It's
this
like
is
it's been
see
melted.
this now. See this that what we're watching now. This is Peter Davison. This
Yeah.
is he was my doctor actually growing up. I was introduced to the rest of them obviously by my dad, but he was the doctor that was on TV when I was a kid. So
Yeah, well, it's the same for me. Although I grew up.
It was on with me dad watching this particular doctor, and I loved it. I'd never seen anything like it.
Well,
I just love it when the
Tom
TARDIS is
Baker
in
first, and
turbulence.
then I followed that up with obviously watching. So the full first run of the Doctor was Peter Davison. So I caught the end of Tom Baker's run at first, but
Yeah.
this freaked me out.
In fairness, though, Peter Davis's Doctor kind of, I don't know if underrated is the right word, but I don't know. He doesn't seem to get as much love as, obviously, if you have Pertwee and then Tom Baker and the other two lads before them, it's going to be very hard, you know. But for the fifth Doctor, I actually like his Doctor. I know some die-hard Doctor Who fans didn't like the fact that he was a bit young, a bit vulnerable and stuff. But I like that. I don't mind a vulnerable Doctor. Who here doesn't mind a vulnerable Doctor? I think that's when you get to see the best of the Doctor, actually, when they're vulnerable.
And that
Yeah.
great console room as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't say vulnerable. Like, obviously, I know more Big Finish with Fifth Doctor because I adore him on Big Finish.
Yeah.
But from the bits I have seen telly-wise, I would say he's not vulnerable. I would say he's one of the most heroic versions we've had.
Well,
I
he's
would
say-
filling it up, isn't he? I mean, like his whole regeneration was, I think he probably had one of the most heroic regenerations up to that point.
It's also the first Doctor since Troughton not to have a sonic screwdriver.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd blown up in front of him. Yeah, I mean, listen, he's I know John Nathan Turner cast him to be a contrast to Tom Baker, and he's certainly that in every way.
Well, that was John Nathan's thing, wasn't it? To contrast. So whatever Doctor came next was completely different.
Isn't it just a pity though that they didn't? I know there was a lot of crap going on during the 80s, right? And BBC were kind of dicking it around and stuff. But isn't it a pity they didn't stay the course and they didn't like stop basically not funding the show? If they had continued to fund the show, I reckon this show would be still around. I'd say it's still around. I don't think it would have affected if they had went on and continued to make great Doctor Who as they did from the previous two eras and continued on and didn't have the shit show they had after, say, Davison. I reckon this show would still be on TV. I really do. I think it'd be like The Simpsons. It could keep going because it can reinvent itself all the time.
Well, no, it is still on TV.
Yeah.
Technically.
I mean, up until 2 years ago.
It didn't go on its hiatus, I mean.
Yeah. Programmers at the time had zero confidence in science fiction because they didn't like it personally. So that's why that was really the big thing behind it. Michael Gray hated Doctor Who.
Yeah, I know.
And John Nathan Turner was hated within the BBC. And the only way to get rid of him was to cancel Doctor Who.
Yeah.
There's Ruler. I met her at Tesco's once when I was a kid. She was doing pantomime around the theatre.
About this story, this particular episode, any fun facts, any thing that you can tell?
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, I'm watching. There might be something that.
This is a very
gender neutral
episode, right? I mean, you get a very they pretend there was no representation in Doctor Who up until 2019, but this whole episode has like a lot of different nationalities, different ethnicities.
Yeah, right. Listen, that bloody line that these people, and we know who they are, right? They're higher in within Doctor Who, and you've got a few that are a mouthpiece on Twitter, right? All this, like, there was no diversity in Doctor Who is a blatant lie. It all has been a blatant lie.
Well, there you are. You had a woman in charge. You had
It's a blatant lie. But the thing about it is the rest of us are drowned out because of a vocal minority. And unfortunately, they're in positions of power. And that's the way it is. They've gotten into positions of power. So our job is to just keep fighting back against it.
Little Tim Pot.
Right, you're 100% right. That's why I keep making videos.
Comes along, nobody watch it live. Don't watch that episode live. If you do, you're adding to the BBC's viewer rating. Do not do it. If you are serious about turning your back on this era, then you mustn't watch. It's as simple as that live.
I have to tell you, no, I don't think I think we could get everybody to watch it. Wouldn't make a blind bit of difference.
I'm the same.
That thing is going down. Okay, who is this woman? She is gorgeous.
I don't know, but I'm liking this story.
She should be famous. She's stunning, this woman.
And smoking on a spaceship.
I love that.
No, it's like UFO.
See, smoking becomes popular in the future.
Hang on, is she smoking a cigarette?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe a joint. Who knows?
I love that.
Okay, so I got slightly confused watching this today. So are these humans that are running this prison?
I think so.
Hang on, am I looking at this wrong? Oh no, it's there. I was going to say I think they've CGI'd the cigarette out of her mouth. Because you remember the Band-Aid video. If you watch the Band-Aid video now, if you watch the original, Boy George is smoking in that video. But if you look at the CGI version, they've actually gotten rid of all the cigarette smoke. Oh, you can see the cigarette smoke, but you can't see the cigarette. Because we're anti-smoking now, you know. Back in the day, it was cool. That TARDIS is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
hands down. I still love Tom Baker's
I agree
rooms, but this was so exciting as a kid.
I did like the fact that he used these hands on the the TARDIS console. He had to type things in. I love that because it kind of was a throwback to the early days, you know.
Yeah, I'd like to see more levers on it though.
Yeah.
Well, William Hartnell had mapped out all the controls.
No diversity in classic Who. Disgraceful.
Yeah.
Disgraceful.
What I like about the classics is you actually used to see the Doctor operating the TARDIS. Now you see him just pull the dematerializing circuit and he goes wherever he wants.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Or he just whacks it with a hammer or does something that you think, oh god.
Yeah, but he used to actually operate it. I used to love watching the classic Doctors operating the console. Now they just pull a handle and off they go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the controls on Eccleston and Tennant's TARDIS or Jodie Whittaker's TARDIS, the controls don't make any sense. It's just bits of crap thrown around the console. None of it makes sense.
What did Christopher Eccleston had a bicycle pump or something on his as well, didn't he? Yeah, you're right. It was a bunch of crap, but I mean, look, we all bought into it, Gary. Let's be honest, because
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. I just used to love seeing the Doctor fly the TARDIS because the 6 sides have all got a purpose.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. And I know you're for this kind of thing because you're as I would say is not militant is the wrong word, but you're very you believe Doctor Who should be written and the role should be played by a man. Let's be honest. You basically, you know, you want Doctor Who to be the way it always was. You don't believe in the new way. You think?
Well, I'd like it to be educational as well. Like when you're talking about in terms of the flight of the TARDIS, this is a chance to educate a little bit of physics, how space and time works, and this is how you get children interested in history and science and things. That's why I love Doctor Who. It got me interested in my school subjects.
Actually, that's what it should be there. Isn't that what it was, though, guys? Because I remember after watching Doctor Who, I became, as I said to yourselves, every Christmas, then my Christmas presents were either a microscope, a telescope, art and scientific it was. And it was got to do with the fact that I was watching Doctor Who.
Yeah, I had the same.
It does.
Yeah.
I think this new era has been pretty good in doing learning toys based on Doctor Who. Like I got my kid because my kids were really prime. I had kids of different ages, so basically from 2005 through to end of Capaldi, right? I had kids into Doctor Who. They all got out basically before Jodie came in, but there was always these really cool like science sets. Like you can build like a crystal radio thing, and they do like Cyberman themed or something. So I mean, listen, I guess it's all capitalism. People like to make money, and those sort of things sold. But yeah, I mean, I kind of was, and I think the BBC website was also quite good at having like school modules in that they would produce. Again, I might be wrong, but is anybody else a parent recently?
So I remember growing up having BBC like Bite Size and all that. I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
So listen, Rabbi, I grew up with the BBC.
Me too.
I grew up with the BBC, children's BBC. I grew up with Newsround, Blue Peter.
Who was your Newsround guy? Was it John Craven?
What was that? What was that? Tony Hart.
I love Tony Hart. My hero.
You know what I mean? We grew up with all of this classic stuff.
Bobby Ball,
Blackadder. You know what I mean? We had Doctor Who. We had Red Dwarf. I mean, BBC was really throwing out some good quality stuff.
Right.
Comedy was top notch. It was probably the best comedy around at the time. It's so sad to see where they
BBC comedy these days is embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, do you think people in the BBC know they're an embarrassment?
Yeah. I do.
No, I don't think they do.
Fantastic freaking scene.
That's a good scene here.
Oh, what an entrance.
Great intro to the Daleks.
What an entrance.
See, I'm a couple of seconds behind you guys, so I'll just have... Oh, man.
You see that cool?
Oh yeah.
I love the Grey Daleks, you know.
Kids, these puff fear. They're pepper pots, yes, right? That's what they're affectionately known as, right? Pepper pots. These pepper pots would kill you in a second.
Yeah.
Oh, there, look at this. Oh, you're gonna love this, Joe. This is we only saw this in the 5 Doctors written.
Oh.
Yeah. See the Daleks.
So I want to
inside.
think in Dalek history, this is their worst part of Dalek history, where they're like reliant on these weird Dalek hatted mercenaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting. Whatever low point the Daleks get to, they've always got that superiority complex, and that's what probably makes them so interesting.
Right. Yeah, I tell you, I think Nick Briggs just nails it with his Dalek performances.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, do you know what I want them to do though in the future? I want them to bring back pure Daleks again though. None of this bloody
Racially pure Daleks.
none of this what would you call it? What do you call them?
Dalek Sec and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, well, the Cult of Skaro, they were grand. They were original Daleks. I'm talking about the ones that they used the human race for. Do you remember in season?
Oh,
1?
right. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Daleks. No, I don't want those Daleks.
No.
You bring them back, right? You bring them back properly, and you bring back the original Daleks. I want that pure evil back. That's what they have to be. They have to be that evil, and especially nowadays because we've grown up with them, right? So when we look at them now, they're not as quite as scary as they used to be. There's some, if they're written properly, they can be. So make them scary. Make them as scary as possible. Scare the kids now. You scare the kids now, you're gonna get the adults on board. Trust me.
Yeah.
Make them as scary and make them as gruesome as possible.
Yeah,
That's
the
great.
Cybermen as well. Cybermen have been treated badly, in my opinion, in New Who. I think Moffat did by the end with the Mondasian Cybermen.
Yeah, they were good, but they were the only ones good. And that story should have had some more versions of Cybermen as well. They should have had Earthshock Cybermen. They should have had Cybermen. They should have Revenge. They should have multiple different, and they could have done that.
And I agree with you. Probably the best story of that season. That two-parter.
A bit of body horror there.
I can't believe it.
That is gruesome.
Yeah.
This is
very
just,
gruesome.
Did Mary Whitehouse have a massive complaint about this episode?
Great set, by the way. Love the spaceship set.
do you know what?
Yeah, this is excellent, isn't it?
They've been finding loads of these Daleks in swamps and all. What were BBC doing after they were filming? They were just tossing them away.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, they basically burnt all the old episodes, so why are you that surprised?
Okay, this is a solid episode. I'm calling it that. This is a solid episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is quintessential Doctor Who. I'm sorry, Peter Davis gets a bad rap, in my opinion.
I don't think he
And
does. Peter Davis has so many good stories.
Get it off the other fans because he was the only one that had the guts to come out and still stick to what he meant. Right? He hasn't changed his mind as far as I'm aware. I think he's toned it down a bit, which is understandable, but I think he still feels the same way.
Yeah.
He said that it would be a bad idea, and he was
I
right.
think he's a man of principle. Yeah.
Yes, he is a man of principle, and that's what I love about him. He's the only one that hasn't backed off because of what happened. I mean, he could have very easily, backed down and apologized, but he didn't. He stuck to his principles, and I love him for it. And the fact that I grew up watching him as well makes me even love him even more. So, well done. And you are right, Peter. You are right. It's sad that nobody listened to you. People told you because you are right.
Well, you had Colin Baker. I didn't like him anyway, and then when I heard what he said, I was like, oh, I knew there was a reason I didn't like him.
Listen, Colin Baker, for me, I don't hold it against him because I'll tell you why. He's married, right? And he's got a load of daughters, and they are feminists. right? So he lives in a household full of women, so he's gonna think, like, so I don't hold that against. Same with David
Yeah, but
Tennant.
you don't attack somebody else. I'm sorry, I'm not going to accept that. You do not go after somebody else. You keep stum and you just think in your head, I don't agree with you. You don't come out
Yeah,
and
he's fallen in my estimation somewhat. I mean, I do love his Big Finish
Yeah.
audios, but I do wish he'd shut his mouth sometimes.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
There we
The one
are.
and only Davros. Oh my God, I love Davros. Bring it back to you.
I really love this mask that they got Terry Malloy to wear for this one.
Oh, this
Who's your
version of
favourite
Davros.
version of Davros, actually, guys?
Michael Wisher.
I
I like
This
Michael
one.
Wisher.
knew who Davros. I think Moffat ruined him though by making him open his eyes. I
Oh
thought-
no,
Oh,
that
God,
was
that
the
was
most
ridiculous.
cringiest moment ever.
Oh,
that was
terrible,
I
that
was.
hated the eyes. I hated the opening the eyes.
Yeah,
It's
when
like,
he opened
I
his
thought
eyes,
he didn't have eyes.
yeah, exactly. And he opened his eyes, and what did he look like? Looked like the Queen
Goblin.
Witch from the Witches. You know,
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
the
it
movie.
was- yeah, that I hate. But in general, I think what's the name? Anthony Beach. He does a fair Davros. I love Davros and Big Finish. That new Time War box set with Davros, freaking awesome. With
Terry Malloy is
with Terry
great,
Malloy.
but for
Yeah,
me,
freaking-
Michael
Like,
Wisher
Michael
set the
Michael
bar.
Wisher,
You know.
man. You know,
Rob
Michael
Fellow
No, but-
put a message up.
Do you know what?
Since
Whoa. This is so gross.
Oh, that's
That
gruesome.
is really good makeup.
Yeah.
No,
I
but you
can't
know what
believe
was
they put
creepy?
this out on 720 on a 2.
Oh, look at that. That's impressive for it. See, I haven't seen this in a while now, guys.
Right.
That is pretty
It is
impressive.
terrifying. And the way
These
how
helmets
it's
but
are
done,
ridiculous.
Cut to the
know what
Dalek
I
helmet.
thought?
I hate the Dalek helmet.
I've seen the Dalek helmets in an exhibition.
Do you know what I liked about the old Davroses, though? They never moved their heads or anything. It was just a hand movement. But This
Yeah, the
Davros
hand
now-
movement was creepy.
this Davros now in the modern who could move his head and everything, and it took away the whole.
Yeah.
That's why I love Terry Malloy's Davros. For me, he was the scariest Davros. Only for me. I love the Terry Malloy version.
You know,
I mean,
and I love
he's-
that
he's
Davros
great
kind
to
of became a
watch.
super villain, right? Isn't it funny? Davros became a super villain that like lives for hundreds and thousands of years,
Yeah.
like from nowhere. I kind of like that.
But for me, Michael Wisher was just the right balance
Yeah,
between
Michael
manic
was
and,
the man.
and
That, listen, that
understated.
performance.
I think
The
Terry
thing
Malloy's a
about
bit
when he's
more
talking
over.
about the when the doctor says if somebody creates a virus, would you release it? And he has
Yeah,
that
that's the
whole
best. Yeah.
freaking awesome.
Yes.
It was
I
actually
I think Terry Malloy's
quality
slightly more
that
over the top.
Wisher had for the role.
Did you like the Davros origin story that Moffat did? What did
No.
you think behind the
Nah,
Davros
not really.
child
No.
story? Did you like it?
I didn't
Oh, what a
mind that.
death! Did you see
It
that
was
guy?
okay,
He's like
but-
dancing.
I actually thought it was interesting, but I it would have worked, but I don't like the fact that the doctor he should have killed him. Sorry, but that's Davros, right?
Yeah,
Davros
the only thing I don't like about this story is how easy the Daleks are to kill. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a great paradox, right? If you go back in
Yeah.
time and you meet somebody, like I think the Doctor did the right thing. I agree with the Doctor on this one. I don't think he should have killed Davros.
yeah, but
And I've got to say,
he was hoping that he'd somehow change. How did he? No, it was never going to happen.
and I've got to say, to praise
At one point, history is going to repeat itself. I suppose that's what I think Moffat was probably aiming for with that story. But I would have, yeah, if I was the Doctor there and I had a chance to take out the biggest super villain of all time and stop him from creating the most vile, evil creatures of all time, I'd do it. Wouldn't care what the consequences are. Bang! Save billions of planets and billions of people. Done. Superhero. Yes.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Is the Doctor a superhero? That I think for some people it would. That's the crux. Is
Yeah,
he
I
a-
know. I'm
does he-
only kind of teasing a little.
No,
as
but
well.
it's a good one to sort of talk about. Is he this person who just sort of wanders about, happens to run into trouble, and if he helps, he can, or is he
Yeah.
the sort of hero type that goes looking for trouble? And I think that's a fun little thing to explore with the Doctor.
Yeah.
See, I don't think
but the TARDIS seem to decide where he ends up.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
That's
So,
quite true, yes. But I don't think the Doctor is going out looking for trouble. I think trouble finds him. And I think he uses his mind as a way of a means to get out the situation and provide the best outcome for whoever is wanting his help.
Mm.
And I think that's quite a good thing.
Yeah, fascinating. See, this is what I like when we watch these. We can we start having these little interesting conversations.
I love the stories where, like, the Doctor ends up going back to somewhere where he's been before.
Yes,
And he's
yeah.
you know, like a face of evil,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and he has to deal with the consequences of his actions. And I think
Exactly.
that's interesting. I like stories like that.
Yeah, because I think we should have more of those stories, though.
Like Time Lash, for
At
example.
the end of the day, though, you don't want them to overdo it either. You know what I mean? But once in a while, they should do something like that where because Satellite. Remember, they did it in season 1 of Christopher Eccleston's. Do you remember when he went to Satellite 5 and he changed events there? And then he goes back then, and then he goes, "Oh, I did that 100 years ago." And
Yeah, and he made everything worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it didn't work. So yeah, I like stories like that because then you could see he felt guilty. You could see it in his face. He was devastated. He knew what he had done was wrong. So what does he try and do? What every good person does when they make a mistake, they try either rectify it or try to not make the same mistake again. And yeah, I do actually like that story, believe it or not. It's underrated because you do get to see the consequences of the Doctor's actions. And you're right, Lee. If I would like to see a few more of those stories creep in, but I wouldn't be sure with the people that are handling the show now that they could actually even get it across on screen because they're so bad. But are we ready for the second part now, guys? Go on a big mad.
Wait. I'm watching it on BritBox. It's in 2 parts.
We're doing well, so we might as well get the second part done.
I've been continuing to watch because it's in 2 parts on BritBox.
Oh, so you had to pause it, did you?
Yeah. So where are we up to?
Right. So we're on the second episode. So the scene that I see before the credits, before the opening sequence, is Tegan on a bed and Peter Davison's Doctor is kneeling down beside her.
Oh, great. Okay, let me have to find that now.
So yeah, so when you're ready, Lee, we'll go when you're ready, right?
Crikey, I've got to find.
Tell you when to press start after the titles have gone.
Oh,
Right? Okay. Listen to my voice, right? Because I'll say press play, right? I'll say now. I won't say press play because by the time I say press play, you could be a few seconds out. So I'll just say now, right?
Right. So hold on. They pushed the Dalek out of the thing. Right. She's in bed. You say?
Yeah, she's got
we're not there yet. The Dalek just appeared.
What?
Yeah, the Dalek disappeared.
Dalek appeared, and Doctor goes,
"Oh, this is confusing."
Well, I'll tell you what to do, right? Wait, Rabbi's going to do the countdown. We'll do the title sequence, right? And then we'll pause it.
We'll pause it and let you know where we are.
Over, we'll pause it and see what the first scene is.
Yeah, I bet it's going to be the Dalek appearing.
Right, it's going to be the Dalek appearing.
Right, so I got as far as Davros talking to the.
Back.
Well, hold on. Did you not? Why didn't you ask Rabbi for the link?
Because I've got BritBox.
It doesn't matter. Obviously, BritBox is shit.
No, just condense it into 2 stories.
Man, why didn't you just take the link off Rabbi? It would have been easier. Man, he sent you the link.
Did you send me the link, Rabbi?
Rabbi, you did send Lee the link, didn't you?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, so go into part 2. See,
I'm trying to unmute myself. Yeah. No, I did. It's in your.
Yeah, you always send it to me and Lee. Sure, you're still sending me lower decks. I'll tell you what I'll do because Rabbi is still sending me lower decks. What me and Lee will do is we'll watch the. I know Lee probably has been watching week in, week out. I'm gonna watch the whole.
Freaking awful. I have. It's been a nightmare. I can't wait for it to be. The only reason I'm not looking forward to being over because that means Discovery is starting.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to do a season overview with Lee. I'll watch them. He'll watch them, and then we'll just do a season review. Because feck that, man, that is torture each week.
It is. It's freaking torture. You're right.
No way. Right. When Lee says we're ready, we'll go with Lee.
Where you at, Lee?
Right.
No, he's getting
about 21 minutes in.
Second episode you're on now, babe.
Yeah, got it.
I call them babe.
I was gonna say,
I actually call them
All right,
babe.
sweetie.
Did you hear that?
I am pissed.
I called Lee babe. What the fuck?
all to this day will be having
You bring
rumors.
it
You
out,
wait.
mate. You bring it out and stuff. What can I tell you? That's silky
The gay is spreading.
Your message was removed
No,
from
call
one.
the gay.
I tell you, people don't like me posting videos on Facebook anymore. Seem to be getting a bit of a reputation on Facebook. There's another. Oh, they're removing on me. Oh, it's coming up while we're live. Someone in some group is removing me videos. How petty can you be? Like, the group is dead without my videos in your group. You know, yeah, fair enough. Be like that. All the Doctor Who groups are dead anyway. So I mean, look, get away. This is what happens when people spread lies about you, though.
Right, just bear with me. I'm just downloading the episode quickly.
Yeah, and that's why don't you don't need to download it? Though. You could just press play.
No, because I want it to go full screen because on my monitor it's tiny.
Can you not?
So.
I think you can still do full screen.
But I can only. I want the chat on there as well.
Oh,
so
yes, you want the chat. All right, fair enough.
Yeah. It's done. It's downloaded. So.
All right. We've got Vanessa Law in the chat as well. Welcome. Nice to see you. She says hi, all. Hello. And Carl is here. And we got Real Super Doctor chatting to people in the chat there as well. Actually, you haven't really said much, pal. What's your thoughts on this this story so far?
Who, me?
No, the Real Super John.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Really intense,
just trying to get him involved, like, because he said nothing.
Yeah, I've been speaking right through it. I think it's a very intense story, full of death and destruction, and the Daleks in it are very threatening and very menacing. And I think this is a great episode written by Eric Saward. I've got the book in it. I got the book last year, and he's very good at writing sci-fi.
Yeah.
So
we've got David Rayner and the Adventuring Nerd as well in the chat. Everybody seems to be popping in now. We're on episode 2, guys. We're about to start episode 2, so we'll give you 2 minutes. But go ahead, Super John. We'll let Super John finish his point, and then we'll start.
Yeah, I really like the cliffhanger to episode 1. I mean, that was really a good cliffhanger. The Dalek materializing and just coming right down and shouting "exterminate," and then Peter Davison just turning behind a wall, and the expression in his eyes and was fear and dread, because it was the first time he saw a Dalek in ages since his regeneration. And I mean, that was, and the closing titles over that, and the scream and the music. I mean, that was it gives you the chills. I think that was...
Yeah, it is. You're right, though, about it being an intense first episode. I mean, I wasn't really saying much myself, and everybody on the panel was we were talking, but we were really, like, glued to what we were watching. I have to be honest, right? If we didn't have Classic Who, right, and we only had 2005 to now, I don't think I'd be a Doctor Who fan now.
Well, no.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I mean, it's the reason the 2005 version worked, right, is because there was the classic version, which Russell T Davies, along with the rest of us, adored. It was part of our life. That's it. So, that's what, again, I just think it was his love of this era. And again, I think he always reinterpreted it in his own,
he did.
Russell T Davies. It's not it's very different for anything else. It's very family.
And not only that, RTD, as we have found out as we've been re-watching, it's quite lovely to see that he brought in some actors and actresses from the classic era and gave them roles and bit parts in the new while he was running the show. I thought that was very good of him to do as well, and it did give that connection the old who. Listen, we owe RTD a debt of gratitude for bringing this show back. But I have to be honest, if there was no Classic Who, and yes, I did become a fan of this show in 2005, I wouldn't be a fan right now. I'd be gone. Because you know, I don't. When you see the destruction of something like that, especially that we do have Classic Who, and I see the way it is now, I still can't get over it. I still haven't. I still get emotional thinking about what he done, and I don't know. It's this crazy. People say, well, you should be over, but I just don't know what it is. I just can't get me head around the fact.
You love it, no. You don't get over something you bloody love, and it's not gone. That's why you're not getting over it as well.
Yeah,
it's like kidnapped. If your kid is kidnapped, you're not going to go, screw it. I'm not going to think of it. No, it's coming back. It's going to come back sooner or later.
Yeah, they're just temporarily squatting in it.
They really are. That's the way you got to look at it.
I know. No, you're right. You're right. And it hasn't tainted Classic Who for me anyway.
No, I can cut off completely.
To be honest, they did at first. I couldn't watch because I was getting upset, but I'm able to watch now and enjoy it. And I got Fury from the loop off Rabbi. I have to be honest with you, I turned it off.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
I turned it off after the first episode. Now, I think it was because it was the black and white animation. There's something about the animation that just doesn't sit right with me. It's the animation that's throwing me off.
That's it.
It's
a different team doing it. That's it. It's a different team.
Yeah, that's something I did as well. I watched the first. I watched the first one and I switched it off, and I started the second one just to listen to the commentary, and the commentary really put me off even more.
Yeah,
Wait, I haven't listened to the commentary yet. I'm on the third episode. I'm finding it a slog. You're right.
But you know what? I'm gonna watch it again fully tonight now and see, because it was the same with. I have to be honest. When I watched Shada for the first time, the animation and I didn't warm to that at first. But
the animation.
I actually did. I did it. Yeah, again, the animation's not great in that.
The animation is the Scream of Shauka, which is from the 1990s.
What it is, and I want to
really
enjoy it. I really want to enjoy it. So I'm going to watch it again and give it a proper go. But even the creature, the way they have it animated,
it's a bit kind of lame.
It just looks like a slug. It doesn't look like that would actually. It's supposed to be Fury from the deep, but I tell you, it doesn't scare the crap out of me, to be honest with you, so far. So we'll have to say, right, we've talked enough about other stuff. Let's get back to the second episode. Lee, are you ready, my friend?
I am.
Good man. I'll tell you what, Lee, you could do the countdown this time.
Thank you, darling.
No problem.
Doesn't know where he is. But he's going to count down. We're going to tell you where
I'm not going to live that one down.
No, I've downloaded the second part, so I'm going to watch it on the same as everyone else.
Right, then, could you do me a favor, actually? Maybe, could you not, while you're watching the second part, download the third part so it's ready?
Yeah, I've downloaded them all.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're more
so good. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Lock and low, baby. Lock and low.
Okay.
5. 4. 3. What's 2 in German? 2. 1. Press play. Now.
Now, that's a German
I was generally terrified of that title sequence as a kid.
And
the music.
This title sequence, bring it back. Just bring it back, update it, and yeah.
Well, they did that for Colin Baker in one of the DVD release, but the story was just horrible.
Yeah.
Right.
By the way,
I'm curious now. I can't remember. Yeah, Dalek appearing. Lodi.
Actually,
look at the genuine fear. Look at it.
Look at his face.
Davidson in this, when he's reacting to it, that's what I noticed. Super John. I was like, wow, his eyes.
Wow, it is phenomenal.
even now when he's like grabbing hold of it, it's very like phonetic, and you can tell he's panicking now, even though it's like
You
sort
know
of.
what it reminds me of though? It reminds me of the Christopher Eccleston scene where he goes into that room and meets the Dalek, and you see his face.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, very similar.
the Dalek, right? Here, the way Peter Davis
yeah, this is great. That bit is great, isn't it? I
Oh,
love the Dalek freaking out.
yeah. Oh, look at it.
They had to keep reshooting the Dalek and putting it back together and refilming that.
Yeah,
and
you can see at the bottom. You can see at the bottom. It's made of material because it's flapping about.
Oh, right. Do you know what? But again, all the effort that they went to try and produce these stories for us. You know,
Brilliant.
they should be. All of the people behind Classic Who should be given some sort of.
Commended.
Yeah, an award or something like that, or
They worked on a
notification.
budget and produced stories like this. Think about it. Star Trek had a bigger budget as well, and Doctor Who was still able to,
Well,
survive.
they were very smart. They bought the sets from Alien. There's Alien on Aliens, right? And then they just use them a lot. That's why you got this kind of good corridor stuff.
And the lighting is very good. I mean, you cannot tell it's a studio, but sometimes the lights give it away.
It's very atmospheric.
Yeah, did Turlo literally just wander into the time corridor?
It's kind of what happened, I think. But that's happened a few times.
Hey, I wanted to ask you how you all feel about Turlo.
Don't mind him.
I like Turlo.
Yeah.
I wish we had Turlo in the current Doctor Who, because then he might try and kill the Doctor and succeed.
Yeah.
That would be a good way of getting rid of it, wouldn't it? Have Turlo.
You can never really trust him. You don't know what he's up to. I mean, he's like he can get into a situation and he needs the help of the Doctor to kind of help him out all the time.
I'm surprised there's not he hasn't done a spin-off Turlo, like a direct-to-video spin-off. Now, I would like to see Turlo now on an adventure.
Well, he
That'd
doesn't
be kind of cool. I would watch that. Put a Draconian in it. We're talking.
It was good in Loop Guru.
Right, exactly. But I had this really cool idea. You know what they were talking about? Daleks made from human DNA. So it wouldn't be cool if you had like a cliffhanger or something, and a Dalek shows up, and it's kind of this green scaly Dalek, and it turns out it's made from Draconian DNA, and it's overcome its conditioning, and now it's like a good guy. But you wouldn't know as a Dalek arrives. But I think it'd be kind of cool.
But say it is slightly odd to see Five so at ease around soldiers. Like I wouldn't think he'd be this at ease around them, but he's like almost slipped straight into a commander role without it being said.
Time. I think that played into it. I think he likes soldiers more after his time with unit. It's just a really weird plan, isn't this? For some reason, they're keeping the deadly virus in quarantine in 1982 Earth. He's very good, Terry Malloy here.
I was going to say, you guys might hate me, what I'm about to say. He did my head in by the end of this story.
He does what? Sorry?
This Davros did my head in by the end of the story.
Oh, yeah.
Because I felt like he was constantly shouting.
Yeah.
Like over the top shouting, and by the end of it, I was like...
That's what I said. He's much more over the top than Michael Wish's Genesis Davros.
Yeah,
usually that's Davros's power.
The Genesis Davros, but not all. He's not like Terry Malloy is always like ready more nuts, right? Davros was a person who's like gone through weird stuff, who clearly didn't have eyes.
Yeah, but I think maybe my take. I would rather have it not be tell me you're nuts by literally shouting it, whereas just
Well,
show nuts with your actions.
He has been locked up for 90 years, the poor man, bless him.
Yeah, I suppose
Davros was supposed to be blind in both eyes, and the one eye was supposed to be a camera fixed in his forehead.
That's
And
right.
that's the only way he could see and translate images.
Well, maybe we can put down the eye-opening event in that Capaldi story as being some kind of perception filter or something.
Yeah. I've got to find a way of writing off or just forget.
Yeah.
Who was a favorite one?
The Dalek casing there. Oh, this is cool. Yeah, I forgot about
No,
this.
the
Sorry,
Dalek
do
mutant.
us a favor. Timestamp, please. Timestamp.
And see these
656,
electronics.
657, 658, 7.
7 minutes. Right. Well, 7. Right. When you get to 7:26, let me know.
Yeah.
And the electronics are obviously parts of TVs, old TV sets.
7:23, 7:24, 7:25, 7:26.
Thank you. Thanks, Lee.
If I was writing the novelization of this, I'll set it up that this Dalek Force is a small commando unit, right? That's been cut off from the rest of its lines, and it's got these primitive. They've got the mercenaries to go on this crazy plan. Because that makes much more sense to me.
I was going to say, did you see in Classic much of Daleks out the casing then? Or was it like this one of the few stories?
Yeah, you saw it like almost every other story, right? So it was like you saw a little green fin on the first one. I don't think you saw them again in Dalek Invasion of Earth. The chase you saw, the little green mutant hand. And then next will be the Dalek Master Plan, I don't know. The next would be, I guess, Power of the Daleks, right? And Power of the Daleks, see them. And then after Power of the Daleks is Evil of the Daleks. There you do not see them. I'm pretty sure you don't see them. And then, correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. And then after Evil of the Daleks, I think they rested the Daleks for a while.
I mean, this is gruesome here. I mean, it's attacking them and...
Feels weird with the gun in his hand.
Yeah.
I was going to say, did that feel weird at the time? Because for me, watching it, considering they knew who they'd made such a big thing about, he doesn't like weapons, and to see him run about with a gun, I was like, that looks so wrong.
But he doesn't actually use it.
No, that's the thing. He doesn't. It's sort of just.
I guess.
I think he just then picked it up out of panic a bit, then, and just sort of has it because.
I can hear Dalek audio.
Okay, what's your favorite Terry Malloy Davros story? So we got this one. Then
I think.
And then what was
Revelation. Revelation of the Daleks.
Yeah, we got this one, Revelation, and we got Remembrance. What's your favorite Terry Malloy Davros?
I would think Remembrance for me. I mean, he was totally off his rails.
It's the best story, but I think Revelation is the better Davros.
I would say so. Yeah, he is as well.
Yeah, I think for his performance, just taking that, on its own, I think that was probably the better Terry Malloy performance. Yeah.
I do like him being like. I did like all that weird stuff with his seducing the weird woman from upstairs downstairs.
Yeah.
I don't think he's
His coppers are creepy.
Yeah.
that whole thing of you're supposed to trust a copper, isn't it, in your head, and then they're doing that.
Mm. So are you.
Oh, that's really bad. Jeez.
Uh-oh.
Okay, Turner's a good companion because he's great at being sneaky.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's good set, this, as well. They're playing to their strengths, BBC. Set design in general has been very good in this story.
It was Leslie Grantham.
Do. Strange to think that these two actors are not with us anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, both of them, right. This is a very... See, look, this is how good his performance is. We're all silent, right? We can't tear our eyes off it.
Yeah.
And it's a captivating performance.
Yeah, it is.
No, I do
love
think
that match.
I do think in the new one it would be fun to have a double agent companion like a Turlo.
Yeah.
And them not reveal it and just do it. It would be very interesting.
Well, they do something similar to that with the Tom Baker season. It's not a double agent, but she's not who you think she is. I'm going to be back in 2 minutes. I'm just going to go pee.
Oh, that mask is amazing.
And even the music is very creepy.
No, it's sort of because you could say it's a bit heavy, but it works. Because
Great
sometimes
music.
if something is a bit too in your face, it can ruin it, can't it? If you're not careful.
Oh!
That's funny, that's.
Oh yeah, remember the cat.
Well, in how many regenerations time they will try and kill you technically, Doctor, so you're just a bit too early to say anything.
Oh, pretty toots. Oh.
Yeah.
So I think they do a good job as well with all these soldiers, that they don't have a lot of actual lines, but you do like care for the unit by the end of it.
There you go, the Doctor with a gun. Yeah, those helmets are ridiculous.
Yeah, they are.
Bless you, Gary.
For the Robomen helmets
you.
from the film.
It's not even more ridiculous than the Dalek eye popping out someone's forehead in the Matt Smith era.
Yeah.
I thought it was stupid.
Yeah, I think Moffat was guilty at times of doing things he thought kids would find cool, and when you actually saw it on screen, it was like, no, mate.
Now, for some of us who are old enough, the girl you've just seen there with the glasses on used to be a presenter of Play Away. A kids program in the 70s, Play Away, I think it was called.
Oh my god, I forgot all about that.
Oh, is it really bad? I've just clicked that's Dirty Den. I was thinking the whole time, where is he? And then I've literally just clicked.
He's very good in this, though, isn't he, Leslie Grant? I mean, like, he's a very, like, commanding presence, without saying much.
Yeah. There's that look about, kind of evil look about him.
He does, doesn't he? He looks a bit dodgy, doesn't he?
And menacing.
Davros reminds me of a Bond villain. You always have
he's going to become by now.
And when you have the opportunity to kill, they always take their time, and then the Doctor gets the better of Davros. It's always the way.
It's the same with the Doctor and the Master.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, but at least the Master's done a lot of damage at this point.
Tegan's last story, and she spends most of it in bed.
Yeah, sounds about right.
And it's not even a convincing moment when she hits her head, is it? Let's be honest. It's sort of like, she hit her head. Okay.
This is a very 20, modern unit setup. Oh, she's basically Kate Lethbridge Stewart, that character.
Doesn't Davros have the Doctor's regeneration powers now after Peter Capaldi?
Oh, who knows? I don't think, did he? I don't know.
He's supposed to be given a wee bit of regeneration energy.
I'm sure he's got regeneration energy. Davros will be back.
I was going to say, don't. That means he's going to come back. And we all know he'll be used as an allegory for whatever insert person the BBC don't like here.
Well, before this situation that we're in worldwide, it was heavily rumoured that Davros could make an appearance in Series 13. Even some were suggesting, and I'm just saying it's rumour and speculation, of course, some were even suggesting it could be even the special. So, look at some stage, I think the man himself is going to bring back Davros, because let's be honest, he seems to want to bring back a lot of villains of the past. Now, this just kind of popped into my head. Do you remember I told you that Chris Chibnall was thinking of bringing back some classic villains, and we mentioned the Draconian and obviously the Sea Devils. I would actually add Davros into that because he is originally a classic villain. So don't be surprised if you see Davros.
Well, it can only be Davros if he's got a Scottish accent. And he's
this all depends if they can film. Obviously, we know they're not. So we have to wait and see.
It has to be Scottish Davros.
Yeah, that's the only one we'll care about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just love seeing the TARDIS in turbulence.
Yeah, he did a good little fall there, didn't he?
Yeah.
Well, they had a young chap now. They could do those things, couldn't they?
Yeah.
I like the Dalek set as well. It's a pretty successful one to my mind.
That's my favourite TARDIS, by the way.
It's a great. Yeah.
You double-crossing piece of shit.
Now, I've got to say, this is my first time watching this. I did not see that coming. I was really surprised. I was like, oh, he's just this little character. And then when he turned around, I was like, oh, wow. Wow, I did not see that.
And the closing titles.
Yeah,
this is why I missed the clip.
Yeah, I love that.
This is why I missed the cliffhangers.
These are pretty impressive.
Well,
Yeah,
the cliffhangers were effectively replaced by the cliffhanger at the end of the teaser. Right, that teaser would end on a cliffhanger.
It's not the same though, is it?
You've got like one an episode.
Right. I'll tell you what, because we're going into the third episode. If you want to take a 2-minute break, get a cup of tea, go to the toilet, whatever, go for it, and then we will start back straight away. And someone's getting a beer. Good man yourself. Someone's making a cup of tea. Someone's
Okay, I'll be back in like 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just going to grab something to eat.
No problem. Go for it, Robbie. Go for it.
It's cliffhangers like that that give you the chills when you hear the scream and then it goes over and then the closing titles. And I mean, they should do that again. Bring the cliffhangers back.
Yeah, but they've gone proper episodic. I've not said that right. It's like story of the week, haven't they? And they've kept that in.
It's actually Chris Chibnall has a thing about not doing cliffhangers, and then when he's seen that fans actually did want the cliffhangers, he tried to put 1 or 2 in, didn't he? But they're never good.
Well, there's nothing exciting going on to have a cliffhanger.
Though, it was. Whether you like the scene or not, that was actually epic. That scene.
Yeah.
But that was a cliffhanger, yeah. But he's not very good at them anyway. But that one was. But he has something. I don't know. See, every decision he made, though, I think was, well, they did it before, but I'm not going to do it now because I have to be different. And he certainly is different. But go back to this story anyway, guys. So here we go. Retro Doc has something there, so we'll work that up on the screen.
Oh, he hates this episode.
So what does he say? He's the fact that Stein turns out to be a Dalek agent makes absolute nonsense of all his early scenes, him being a coward while alone, etc. just can't be explained, or maybe he's a psychopath. And
Well, he could be a sleeper agent. It might have been activated or triggered by a keyword or something. You never know.
I was gonna say,
Well, see, Stein, he was supposed to be under their mind control, and somehow he could break free from it. And there was something to do with the Doctor managed to get him to remember his past, and he has a sort of nervous breakdown, and well, we can see that in the future episode, that he kind of relieves the Doctor and finally remembers who he is, and before the Dalek conditioning takes over, he just leaves, gets the Doctor to escape.
Mm. I just go with the sleeper agent thing. It's just that simple. Yeah, like pretty much what you're saying. Under mind control, then he's triggered and comes fully conscious.
Yeah, and they sort of hint that it's a very painful process, the conditioning. So maybe because of how much pain it was, it would make it that it could be a quick switch with a word or something.
Yeah, or just being on the Dalek ship. Boom.
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah. Literally just hearing the Daleks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and problem, well, I've got you on here. I can't record myself. My laptop's rubbish. I don't have anything good enough.
Well, do you want me to? I can read it for you.
I was going to say, I'll email you what I wrote, and I would love it, and I think you do a lovely job if you could record it.
I can't do a Capaldi accent there.
No, do it as you, and I think you do a lovely job. Tomorrow I'll type it up in a Word doc, send it to you, so then you've got it.
We got a bit of trouble.
Oh.
Yeah, man, that likes to cause a lot of trouble when he comes on.
Oh, not the trigger train.
The trigger train is actually here.
Does he like hats?
Here he is, the one and only Baltic.
Hello, Gold's Track.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Fucking hate StreamYard. God damn it. It locked me out of my fucking account. So I'm like, okay, verify your email address. We'll send code. So I put in the fucking. Sorry, I'm swearing. I put in my fucking email address. It sends me an email. Verify this code. Okay, verify the goddamn code. And then fucking StreamYard. Unfortunately, we cannot verify that this email address belongs to you. I'm like, you just sent me the fucking code. So I don't even know which fucking account I'm using right now, but I put up the logo, so I have no idea which channel this is streaming to. It's probably one of my dead channels. Hi everyone, I am waiting for.
Hello.
Oh, and I just uploaded a video, and I'm waiting for the fucking asshats at fucking YouTube to decide whether or not it's going to be monetized. It's been pending for a while. Fuck, this day sucks. How is everyone?
You singing your song of joy.
Yeah.
Not as animated as you, mate.
I love y'all. Fuck YouTube. Fuck StreamYard. Fuck
you might as well put Twitter while you're at it as well.
And I ran out of fucking coffee.
Oh right, that I think that explains everything.
I was editing. I'm like, I need my coffee, so go to my coffee tin. Fuck, I finished it yesterday. Oh, but I don't have the proof as far as I know.
Go and give Paul Streck some coffee, will you?
So if I disrupted the stream enough, I've been here for what, 30 seconds?
I was already limited before you come on, mate. So you're all good.
The trigger train is pulled in. There we go.
The trigger train has a couple videos planned. The one that I'm waiting to be fucking monetized is about the upcoming festive special. Then tomorrow, hopefully, if I have time, I'm gonna do one about Yaz being sad. That's fucking ridiculous. And probably a few others.
That's our only setting, isn't it? Sad.
Yeah. Well, no. Our only setting is blank space. Just check. Nope. Ads fucking pending. Yeah. So let's just read what fucking you. Hi everybody. How many people have left? Because how many F-bombs have I dropped since I got here? So ads pending. So the video is called Doctor Who's Terrible Upcoming quote Festive Special. With Jodie Whittaker on her fucking little chalkboard saying desperate. So you go in here, so ads pending. Our ad suitability check is still running. This usually takes less than 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The video was uploaded 40 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Roughly about that. It went through a few checks. The monetization status will be shown and ads can start running when the check is complete. But here's the other thing I learned about the fucking asshats at YouTube. Man, I'm in a bad mood today. They removed half my monetization for last month. It just disappeared.
Wow.
So even if you do get monetized, they'll just take it away anyway. Fuck. This is what happens when I don't have coffee.
And they're actually being sneaky as well, because apparently some people know the way you can check how much money you've been making on your videos, and they'll go in a couple of days later and money has been taken off them, even though YouTube already take the money.
Oh yeah, they took more than half of what I made last month. And then I looked at the way it happened. So I put up 4 videos last month. Amazingly, all 4 were monetized, knock on wood. So all the rev from the first of the 4 videos, which one was that? So Star Trek Discovery pretends to break new ground. So that one kept its revenue. But the other 3 videos, so it was this Doctor Who returning for another terrible series, Will Wheaton is desperate for a job on Kurtzman Trek, and the 13th Doctor becomes an even bigger joke. All the rev for those 3 videos disappeared, except for like 36 cents.
Wow.
And just monetized.
Seriously, that's what I'd probably make on one of my videos. Ball stretch.
Okay. Miracles happen. It's been monetized. Okay, so I'm just going to go. They'll probably just take it away anyway. So I'm just going to go. You're getting a behind the scenes look here at how I do this. So it's unlisted. So I'm moving it over to publish, public. There we go. So and then I'll just click on it here to see it's probably running no ads anyway because YouTube are asshats. Oh no, I'm getting a Ryan Reynolds commercial for Mint Mobile. So thank you, Ryan Reynolds. So more behind the scenes stuff. Okay, so there we go. So it's yelling. So then I go to share. So I'm sharing. I go up to trigger.
My screen here. Ball Jack Doctor Who's terrible upcoming festive special.
Well, here you get to experience that. So I just shared it to Twitter. So
here,
trigger.
I'm getting notifications for your videos again now.
Hold in exclamation mark because you want to get attention and hashtag RIP Doctor Who, which doesn't autofill anymore. Oh gee, I wonder why that is. Okay, so there we go. So we published it on the Twitter. So the munchkins are starting to descend again.
Got notification. There we go.
Hey, people are actually getting notifications. Yeah, I've never experienced this.
Balls track. What did you make of the NYC panel?
Bunch of bullshit. Cringeworthy, stupid. The festive special, non-Christmas special.
Actually, you know what was great about that panel? That even Chris Chibnall was taking a piss on the J-bots.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he gave nothing. They got nothing. They got a bunch of sad-looking people sat around the base table.
They got 2 really boring pictures.
Right. Listen.
Did anybody happen to catch
the? Get away from the topic is the topic that we're actually on, though.
Wait, no. This is tradition. I come here and I completely derail everything. Yeah. But you invited me, man.
No. What I'm saying is we've only got 2 episodes to go, right? So we do the 2 episodes and then we can have a brief chat.
Oh, hey, I've now been kicked off fucking Parlor. Oh, this keeps getting better. It won't accept my thing. So let's see. Okay, so your verification code is supposed to be
notifications for your videos now. I wasn't for ages. And by the way, YouTube keeps recommending my channel to me.
Oh yeah, I get that too. Here's a video you might enjoy. Mr.
In fairness, though, it's at least that I know that there's notifications going out there from my videos now.
Yeah, they're notifying you.
Ballstrek will tell you we were putting videos out, and some of them and all were getting ghosted. There's something weird going on with YouTube. They need to stop that.
Something weird going on with YouTube? Really? That's never happened before.
Yeah. Ballstrek, we're on episode 3 of Resurrection.
Oh,
So,
I'm that far behind this time. Well, damn.
yeah.
Blame everything being broken.
No, you're grand, man. Listen.
Oh yeah, now
you
Parlor won't
show
even let
up-
me put in my
you
verification
show up,
code.
we can have a little discussion afterwards anyway, because a lot has
Oh,
gone
back
on
on
the last
Parler.
few weeks in the Doctor Who fandom, and I know there's a lot of people on the panel that are itching to talk about it. So we'll definitely talk about it, because yeah, it's ridiculous. By the way, just briefly on that photograph, apparently it's from an image of the Ghost Monument. Now, listen, I'm not going to sit through.
No, I checked the Ghost Monument. It's not the Ghost
to
Monument.
see
No.
if it is.
I checked with the Ghost Monument. It's not the Ghost Monument.
Oh, it's
You're
not.
a top man. He can do that.
Well done. Thanks, Lee, because I can't
checked.
bring
I checked. There's a
myself-
similar angle.
Right.
It's not that. I mean, it could be a similar angle from any number of her episodes, but that means sitting through them all, and I'm not doing that. So someone else can do that.
It's definitely a picture from season 11. She's got short hair. She's wearing a blue t-shirt, and she only wore them in a couple of episodes of season 11. So she's definitely pre-season 12. She's got short hair because it grew longer in season 12. And if you look at real life since the COVID, the hair's grown even longer, so she hasn't had a cut. So it's definitely season 11 somewhere. And she only wore a blue t-shirt for a couple of episodes.
Yeah.
She only wore a
I'm
t-shirt.
out there that's upset, because there has been a few people upset. Again, I've said in the video that this isn't. It's
something from what?
It's not proof. I even put up a video.
It's from Reddit. I mean, you can never take anything from Reddit seriously.
Where the photograph came from, because as I said on this channel, I'm going to be balanced. So I showed you on the live stream, and then I followed it up with another video to show you where it actually came from. The thread, the name of the Reddit account that actually put it up. It's been up for 100 days. So if you look at it logically, 100 days, I would have to say, if I'm a betting man, that it's a hoax. Just like the photograph that's going around of apparently a Special Weapons Dalek, I debunked that one as well. The artist that actually created it actually wrote up on Facebook because he was sick and tired of, as what he said, people using his photographs to all Doctor Who fans. So I put that up as well. Listen, at the end of the day, this is the way it should be done anyway. I'll get news, and if I think even the stuff that I get is there's something not quite right with it, I will debunk it, which I did. So I got that photograph, and I went then after someone in the chat, I think it was Rob, that told me to go and check out this account, and I went, and it was there. So thank you, Rob, because you were the one that actually pointed it out.
Listen, it really boils down to the old adage: if it looks too good to be true, it probably is.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but we won't know anything until we see this special anyway. That's all I'll say. Listen, until BBC as well come out with any official announcement.
Are we going to do a live watch?
Series 13 is not filming at the moment. It's impossible with the restrictions in Wales anyway, and there's still people in denial, and it's sad.
I'll do a live watch with you.
We'll do a live watch of the festive special. We don't want to do that with you.
Yeah, well, if someone could send me a link that doesn't give a live view to BBC, then
I've got that, Noel. We Gary and I, Nerdrotic and I, and Starry discovered a way around that in Region 1. So I'll give you our secret. It is a very roundabout way, but it works.
Right.
You don't get shite.
Grand. We'll do it anyway. Right, Bolster.
You're brave men, I'll tell you that much.
Say that again, Charlotte. Sorry, love.
I said you're a bunch of brave men if you want to watch that live.
Oh yeah.
The thing about it is, as I said, I still am a Doctor Who fan, right? And I know this is hard to explain.
Noel loves Jodie.
I know Bolster doesn't really want to watch. I know Gary doesn't really want to watch, and everybody else. But there is this morbid curiosity because we are fans. We have to see how this goes.
I got morbid curiosity, man.
I need to see what happens. I need to see the fallout.
We want to see exactly how they're reaping the corpse.
Yeah, but I need to know that it's not just us, because the next episode will show the fallout, if there is a fallout to the Times Child story arc. And then we will
come on, there's going to be a massive fallout.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right, episode 3.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm predicting around 2 million. If I'm
that'd be
I'm gonna put it out
marvelous.
there.
Ooh.
I hope so.
I
I
think-
really do.
I think
I
about
think that's generous.
2.7.
Well,
I
here's
actually
the
think that's generous. I agree with Tyler,
the
that's
cleverness
too
that Chibi Chibs is putting in. So we've got the leak quote regeneration thing, which is just a bunch of bullshit. But I think that's a lure to get people to come in to watch this aspect.
That makes sense.
See, here's the thing as well. New York
That shows
Comic Con.
confidence,
I don't really want to get into this. Can we do it afterwards, actually?
Yeah.
Let's just leave because we got 2 episodes to go. Ballstrike.
How was the stream going before I showed up, Noel?
No, it was perfect. Listen,
Exactly, it was perfect.
it's fine. It's fine. Listen, I know when you come on, there has stuff been going on. I know everybody wants to talk about it, but we will as soon as we get these 2 episodes.
Dude, you're dealing with me with no coffee.
No, you're grand. Listen, unlike you when I go.
I'm drinking tea. I don't even have any goddamn cream for it because I ran out of that too.
Oh Jesus!
God help us all.
Green tea, it tastes like fucking acid.
Right.
I hate green tea.
Well, no, the no caffeine green tea.
Ugh, sacrilege.
Yeah, it's literally the only thing I had left.
Burning with AIDS fire. Oh my god.
Right, episode 3, guys. Yeah, have we all got it ready?
Have we been doing a death count for this episode? Because there was actually a study done. Somebody actually went in and counted, and this has a higher death count than the first Terminator movie.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's called bullets
drinking game
ratio. The BPD ratio.
Yeah, like-
That's what it is. And it exceeded Terminator, I believe. Was it this story or the next one?
Right.
I thought it was Keizo Androzani, but you know, is that? It's like Eric Seawood for you.
Who wants to do the countdown? Who wants to do the countdown? We're going to let Ballstrek do the countdown this time. So we had Lee do one, we had Rabbi do one. Ballstrek, you could do one.
Yay! Okay. 5. Fuck my life. 4. Shut up, Noel. No. Puppy. I love puppies. Hey, what? Why did you interrupt me? Go say what you're going to say.
Every time you interrupt Ballstrek, a kitten dies in heaven.
Yeah, well, this puppy. That's the puppy's name.
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Millie.
Aw.
Millie.
Oh,
Millie.
Hello, Millie.
Millie.
Hello, Millie.
We're just going to watch Millie for the rest of the live stream.
Yeah,
now.
let's just watch Millie. Yeah.
Oh, she's loving the little tick ticks. Oh.
Right, as David Rayner says, shut up, Wesley. Right.
Come on, lad. Yeah, you get there.
Ballstrek, go for a pal. Do your
Okay.
countdown.
Miss
You doing it in
Doggy.
French?
Oh.
Okay.
Kissing you.
Here we go. In 5, fuck my life. 4, fuck my life. 3, fuck my life. 2, fuck my life. 1, fuck my life. Cancel Noel.
Someone says that the New York Comic Con panel is being recommended a lot by YouTube and is doing well. I haven't actually even checked it. If it is, well, then that's great. I thought it was everybody that was on was fantastic. So
which panel was that?
the New York Comic Con one that we did, Rabbi.
Oh yeah, that one well.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the
but
one that
let it be
I couldn't
recommended.
attend.
So let it be
Right, here we go.
recommended so that everybody else can see the half an hour of nothing.
Here he is, coming out of the TARDIS. So what's everybody's thoughts on Turlo? I asked you earlier on. I don't know if you gave an answer.
I like Turlo.
I liked him much better than Adric.
Yeah,
As I said before, it would be great if he came back and killed off the 13th Doctor.
Brilliant idea.
Yeah, Matthew loves this version of the team. I do as well, Matthew. It's one of my favorites, actually.
And I just realized I have no audio. Just give me a sec. I'll have to fix this. Oh no, I have the music. I'm only getting the score. Let's go back and reload.
Would you like us to pause it?
No, go ahead. I'll catch up.
Oh, I want the Dalek. I want the Dalek. I want the Dalek. Someone give me a free Dalek, life-size Dalek. Go on, go on, go
I
on.
want a Dalek.
And then I'll motorise it, yeah. And then I'll go around the streets of Dublin.
I want Peter Davison's TARDIS.
The mask. Remember that
What's
video
it
that was
cost?
going around the
Daleks? They're about
UK?
they're expensive, but they're
That
not
was
that expensive.
brilliant. Did you see that though? Someone in England had a Dalek and it was obviously motorised and it was going around saying
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Stay inside.
Social distancing and all. It was funny.
British sense of humour, right
Was that in
there.
Ireland?
No, that wasn't in Ireland.
I thought it was in Ireland. Oh, was it
that was
Essex?
England. Yeah, you're joking. If that Dalek is in Ireland, I'd be going hunting down the person that has it and saying, listen, I've got loads of money. I've got loads of money. Give it to me, please. Here, I'll give you all the money.
Hey, I'm on their website
You can
right
even
now. Let's
take
see how much
one.
the Dalek is.
Okay, I fixed it. What are we at?
I says if someone in Ireland had
We're
a
at
Dalek, you can take one.
22.45. Oh, sorry, 2.45.
2:45.
255.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now we're at 250, 251, 252, 253.
There.
Yeah.
253.
Carl says it was the Cornish Dalek. There you go. The Cornish Dalek. It was in Cornwall. Yeah.
Okay, no. I'm on the Dalek website right now. What Dalek would you want? I'm curious to see how much it'll cost. You have the classic Dalek, the movie Dalek, or new series Dalek. What would you choose?
Oh,
Classic.
I'd go for the movie Dalek because
Movie,
it's the
good
most unique
choice,
one,
good
isn't it?
choice.
I would go for the movie Dalek from the Daleks Invasion.
Okay, I'm looking at the price now.
But
Okay,
you're going to be looking at around.
okay, so
40
this
grand.
is £3,695
Oh,
plus delivery.
Wow.
Or if you
Wow.
want an original, it's going to cost you about 30 odd grand.
That's the one, yeah, the original 30 grand.
So how much do you reckon delivery will cost on that?
Oh,
God.
yeah, you're looking at a hefty delivery there.
Well,
Oh, imagine that. Delivering
It's gonna be
out to
like
Scotland.
500, won't it?
Oh.
Not only that, think about it, because it's such a unique piece as well.
Maybe
and it's
delivery will
classic,
be
it's-
included. Look.
No, it's
I
plus.
think-
So because they ship internationally, I guess. I guess delivery will be minimally 500 for some in the UK.
You know what? I think this is the oldest Doctor Who DVD in my entire collection because I replaced the other ones with special editions, and I did not get the special edition of this one.
What did they put in the special edition that's new?
There was some. Well, this was one of the earliest releases, so
Right.
I
I think I got it, but I can't remember what they put.
it had
Hang on,
good
I'm looking
archival
at the-
featurettes. The re-release had like a full array. I missed out on it because I was.
I'm looking in this book here. Everything you could possibly want to know about Doctor Who DVDs.
Deadly.
I do like this Dalek set.
You know what I'm noticing? The earlier releases, this is from 18 years ago. The disc, everything was so heavy duty. By the end of the range, they were using cheap ass eco cases. Like, this is one solid DVD box.
There's a making of. That wasn't the original disc. On location, like then and now, that was pretty good. There's nothing
Did
on
anyone have it in
Artist
video?
Cam. Last Dalek about a Dalek fan. Wow, it's really not much at all, is it?
okay, I've got to say, I love the snark of Davidson. I love the snark of 5 when he does it.
I like how he subtly changed the character by his third season.
Right.
Where he became confident and actually kind of smug and started using the glasses.
Yeah.
I wish we would have gotten a fourth season with Davidson. Because this third season was fucking amazing.
Yeah. It was
No,
one of
you
his
think you're
best.
monetized now, or have I sufficiently gotten you demonetized my potty mouth?
Oh, you demonetized me before you got here.
Oh, good. Oh, so it knew I was
Yeah,
coming.
within 5
Awesome.
minutes, I think it was in the stream.
It knew I was coming. It was psychic.
I tell you what, do you know this set with the whole self-destruction? It looks like something out of the Crystal Maze, doesn't it? Do you remember that? Show?
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Like one of the game zones or whatever that they refer to it as.
I'm still trying to work out Turlo's
eyebrows.
eyebrows.
I love the massacre at the beginning of this story.
Balls, have you seen the Dalek animation trailer?
No. Dalek animation trailer.
There's a Dalek animation TV show that coming out in November.
Oh God, no.
It's
No.
not good.
Oh.
What's
Hey,
that?
they're bringing Captain Janeway
trailer
back
I
in Star
seen on
Trek
Big
Prodigy.
Finish that I thought it looked deadly and it made me excited about. You're telling me now that it's crap.
No, not that trailer. The trailer to the Dalek TV,
Bubble wrap.
not the David Tennant one. The Time Lord Victorious standalone Dalek animation, which isn't
Dalek
Big
with
Finish,
Wonder
but
Bubble Wrap.
it's Nick Briggs and Big Finish people recording the voices.
Yeah, but it's on YouTube and it's for free, so that's all you
Yeah,
need.
and it looks really cheap crap. Clearly, they've had a little bit more time since that first trailer they dropped.
See, this is what I don't get about the Time Lord Victorious thing. Why keep adding stuff? You're just going to confuse people.
They just
Like,
got kind of excited. They believe their own hype.
no,
They
but
ain't
it's like,
got no
And there's
hype.
still people selling some stuff, right?
nobody
But I
remember
think
the,
they did very well with that for those initial releases.
Remember the panel that we watched live with like 400 views?
Right.
Oh, speaking of disasters, yeah, the Star Trek Discovery panel was a doozy too.
Oh God, what did they say? I'm scared.
Oh no, well, just the usual crap, and just this is without Anson Mount or anybody remotely attractive. Hell, even Ethan Peck. This is the ugliest crew in the history. Like it was
You
so
are that fair. I like this super big, ZX80 Spectrum type. Well,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
another
Bolt Tracker.
gorgeous one. What is this? The ship of the very hot women. There's lots and lots of very attractive women working on this ship.
I know. This story is a classic, man, for so many reasons.
Bolstrek, you know Rula Lenska there who's wearing the headband. I met her in Tesco's shopping once when I was a kid.
Ah, cool.
She lives in Wimbledon.
See, you guys are able to run into the occasional Doctor Who actor. I've only run into one, and it wasn't a run.
I ran into Peter Cook once in Hampstead.
I once ran into Weird Al Yankovic on the street.
I met Dave Allen in a bar in Soho once and had a good conversation with him. That was amazing.
Okay, this is the VR experience somebody needs to make. A drunken night out with Tom Baker in 1977.
Oh, damn.
That would be friggin' I get Tom Baker to voice it.
Yeah, you could do a whole
series.
series.
VR game, like a VR experience.
Yeah, you could do a whole series whereby I have like drunken nights out with celebs.
Oh, my video got its first dislike.
There you go. That's always good news.
That's what I know my fan club is joined in.
Well, you alerted them on Twitter, dude. They're all going to come afterwards.
Oh,
it's like catnip to them. They go crazy. They go crazy.
Oh, somebody here said they loved me. Well, thank you, Sarcasm. Oh, Sarcasm Princess. Okay, never mind. Sarcasm Princess loves me, so I'm not sure how to take that. Oh, good. I wait for love from you. Oh, well, I love you too. Hey, people love me.
There you go. I think you are. The reason they hate you is because people do like you.
Oh, I'm sure Trilby loves me.
Oh god, that guy's crazy. Do you think he's not my doctor? Because I thought it was that redheaded kid.
No, he's not. He's not.
No, he loves it.
It's someone completely different. It's not the people that you think it is. This is someone else.
Right? I'm sure it's a redheaded kid. He's crazy.
No, I have no ideas who I think it might be, but it's none of the people that you think it is.
Okay.
Definitely not. They're too intelligent. These people aren't intelligent.
That's true.
Think about it. Look at their posts on the account. They're very careful of what they say. The J-bots aren't, right? They come out and say what they want to say. This is not a J-bot.
That's weird. And also, ever since we started suggesting who it might
Yeah,
be.
I honestly believe it's someone that's actually trying to cause
They
trouble
backed
between
down
two
a hell of
people.
a lot. Remember, they vanished for a week, and then they came back, and they were a lot more trying to like get at other people as well. It was weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it got called out, because even people who were sensible said, you do know you're causing more division by doing this. So they had to change a bit, didn't
Well,
they?
I have to tell you, I realized like there's 8 of them. That's basically they post stuff about me, and then like 8 people comment, and that's it. It's 8 psychos on Twitter. That's all it is.
Yeah.
yeah. The thing
I
about
didn't
it is,
realize that. Once I
it's
realized
not a
that, changed
J-bot. I don't believe it's anybody on our side either, but I do believe it's someone that's trying to get the two sets of fans to fight with each other. So
Oh,
that's
it's
why I
Chibnall
took the decision
has to be
to
Chibnall.
block the account, to not engage with the account. I think the more you engage with them, the worse you make it for yourself. So I
Yeah.
actually think because I've noticed now they've stopped actually putting posts up of mine. They've left me alone. So the more you engage them, the more they'll keep attacking you. And to be
Yeah.
honest, it's not worth it, Rabbi. I'd actually just stay clear of it, block them, and have nothing to do with them. It's as
All
simple as that. We don't need this drama anymore. My life is
Oh,
so
I
much
know.
better not getting involved in that drama. Do you know what I mean? So no, I'm done with that account. It's there's no point. It causes too much stress. They set it up for one reason and one reason only, to cause havoc. And I'm not buying it anymore. I'm not getting it anymore.
What you say makes a lot of sense.
So I'd stop, because I know you like to poke them once in a while, but I think you should stop.
I do like to. God. But okay, I won't.
I just think you'll have a more peaceful life, mate, and we can just do what we're doing.
Yeah, I guess so.
The quizzes are doing well now. The comic book thing is doing well on your channel now. The streams on here are doing well. So let's not get involved in any drama, and let's just do what we love doing.
Actually, there's plenty of drama without us having to go chasing it.
Exactly. We don't need it. We don't need it, mate. We've had it for what, 2.5 years, 3 years. We don't need any more.
Right.
Let them listen. This era ends either way, sooner rather than later. Right? It's going to end at some stage. So listen, they'll probably all move on, or they'll kick up a fuss for a while, but eventually there'll be other voices that will drown their voices out. So there's no point. I tell you seriously, if the other drama hadn't started, unfortunately, I've had a peaceful couple of weeks on YouTube now, thanks to the fact that they've kept away from me.
Yeah, good point.
Because I haven't engaged. So we're better off not engaging. By the way, they're going after the YouTube channels anyway. They've already gotten a couple of Twitter accounts taken down, and they're targeting Facebook groups as well that are anti-Whittaker. So look out for them. That's what they've decided to do. But I don't believe it's a J-bot.
You'd have thought by now that Tegan would have worn sensible shoes by this point.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
I never liked Tegan myself, to be quite honest.
I did, because you reminded me so much of my cousin, who was very similar looking. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else a fan of Tegan on the panel?
No.
Anyone what? Sorry?
I said, is anybody else on the panel a fan of Tegan?
I thought she was always moaning all the time.
Never seemed happy, did she?
She didn't, did she?
Well, she wasn't happy.
She was always
from
miserable,
the
but then
beginning.
so was my cousin, so...
Yeah. She lost her Auntie Vanessa to the Master, so...
But she was quite rebellious. I like that about her.
You could tell when she came back in Arc of Infinity, the Doctor was so disappointed because he didn't want her back.
No. Doctor wanted to be alone with Vanessa.
We've got 2 Tegan fans in the chat.
I think with Tegan, like, we obviously want companions who have feistiness and can sort of say their mind, but it's a very hard balance, and I think Tegan just was too much in your face and shouty and sort of telling you what she thought.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Donna, she could be mouthy, but you weren't annoyed by it. So they got the balance right with Donna.
Yeah, I agree with you. Donna Noble, as I said, is my favourite New Who companion. So, yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Let's hope they don't ruin her in the future.
She must have been freezing Janet Field and filming that. Right, here we go.
The bubble wrap. It's deadly, isn't it?
Yeah.
So okay, well, let's talk about things, objective things that we. I'll tell you, it's funny. They got rid of her just when they got the right outfit. This is her best outfit.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew you'd say that. You
But
never
it is.
disappoint.
It's better than the Air Australia outfit. It's better than the boob tube. That was never. This, she looks good in this.
No, she
Yeah.
does. We agree with you. She does. But you're right about the shoes. You think they would have put her in a pair of flats.
Right.
Somebody's phone.
I wonder how much it cost them to have the bubble go up.
Can I Rabbi talking in the background to someone? I can hear feedback.
Rabbi, there's something wrong with your sound. Your sound keeps cutting in and out. There's an issue with your sound.
I can hear a
We
conversation
can't
going
hear
on.
you, Rabbi.
Yeah.
You're still talking. There's an issue with your sound.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I didn't want to gag in on your private conversation.
Yeah, it's out. You were in the distance, mate. You're in the
It
distance.
sounds all right now.
It was like having a mini rabbi in the
Oh,
background.
this is
What were you
absolutely
saying,
terrible.
Andy?
That scene.
Rabbi, what were you
Her getting
saying?
shot like that.
Oh, she
I
must
think
have
there
been-
is.
No, I'm sorry. I was reviewing another video that I just uploaded. I thought only I could hear it, but I thought it was on my headphone, but apparently not.
Right, okay. But what were? Oh, so you weren't actually saying that? That was just a video.
Tegan runs like
I was
such a
just
girl.
checking it while this was on. I just want to make sure the sound was okay.
Well, you're missing your favorite scene now.
I'm what? Believe me, Mum. All eyes right now, baby. I'm right on here. I'm really watching this closely.
Yeah, I know you are.
Everyone.
Blimey,
That's nuts.
they just kill people left, bloody, right, and
Look into
centre.
the water.
No, that's a bit very sinister.
That must have creeped a lot of kids out. Them creepy policemen.
Yeah.
That's what I think as well.
Yeah.
But also, they didn't clean that body up, so they just left it, did they? The others, they were very clever to make them teleport out.
Yeah.
Always having
Oh,
good
I
thing,
bet
isn't he, Rodney?
Yeah.
You can see right up Peter Davison's nose.
Yeah. Well, at least it was clean. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
That outfit looks so cold.
Yeah.
Oh, she
Give her
probably
a
hated wearing it.
jacket.
She probably hated wearing it.
Yeah. I think she hated most of her costumes, didn't she?
I mean, for the first season, they kept her in the air hostess costume, and it was pretty senseless.
I always thought the TARDIS must be a sterile environment because they never changed the clothes often. So maybe the TARDIS cleans the clothes when they cross the threshold.
Mm.
That's more sciencey than thinking, oh yeah, they've got a washing machine in like one of the rooms.
I think there's a machine aboard the TARDIS that you just put your clothes in and it just comes out as it was. All the dirt and stains removed.
Okay, here's a question. Do you think we need, because I know for some fans they don't want the TARDIS explored, do you think that would be a good thing for them to do? Like actually go into the rooms a bit more and actually play around with how much space you could do? Because I loved it in The Doctor's Wife when they did that scene of the TARDIS tricking them and making them go in a loop.
Yeah.
And you saw like Rory become like an old man. I thought that was really good, and it used the idea of how big the TARDIS is.
Yeah.
I love that story actually, but it is where they mention Moffat. Is it Moffat? Yeah, it's a Moffat story, isn't it? The
I
Doctor's
know
wife.
it's Gaiman, isn't it? Did Neil Gaiman write that one?
Well, Gaiman, yeah. But that's the first time we hear of the possibility of a female, a male Time Lord that changed into a female with the Corsair. That's where it all started. That's the story
I just forget
where
that
the
bit.
idea was born from in New Who. So we've got Neil Gaiman actually to thank for that one.
Yeah.
Did you see Pertwee on the screen?
Yep.
Well, I have to say something that's going to be surprising to you, but this story is not blowing the socks off me, to be quite honest with you. Like, it's a solid story, but it's
a good story, but it drags on a wee bit.
yeah, I feel like it could have been condensed down.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I
but
said,
don't
I think
forget
it's
when
too
it
many
was-
ideas.
Yeah, but we're watching it all at once. It was 4 weeks back in the day, wasn't it? So you had a week to
Oh,
read.
yeah. I suppose we do have to take that into account, don't we?
See, I'm
Oh.
sorry. Just mate, quiet down. Quiet voice. Quiet voice.
This is becoming
You feel like
completely
punching him in the
insane.
face right now, Charlotte, don't you?
Oh,
You
it's
just
like
got
I
up.
said, it did my head in.
Davros's anus eyes. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
we're
no.
getting ready now for the next part. We're just going to jump straight in. So
Excuse me.
is Ballstreck back with us? Yeah, because I just don't want to start without him. He is back with us.
Ow. My ears are bleeding.
Hey! Actually, I
Right.
didn't realize I was on mute.
Right, let's do this. Let's get straight into the next part. I'll tell you what, Rabbi, you can do the last countdown because if Ballstreck says cancel Noel one more time, I'm going to have to jump out the window.
Oh, dude.
Right, because every time he says it.
Okay, Noel's a snowflake.
That is something we didn't know.
I'm going to run to my safe space now.
The internet cat.
Noel, I gotta commit suicide, Noel. Somebody called me a hater.
A hater?
I'm a hater. Yeah,
What
on
are you
YouTube.
hating on?
I'm a hater.
No,
Have
what
you
are you
not been
hating on?
called like an old boomer yet or anything yet? I'm surprised.
Listen,
Hater.
we get called all sorts of stuff, man. If we took everything seriously, you know. At least
Actually, that's tame compared to what I normally get.
yeah, I know, yeah.
Well, so far we have 251 upvotes to 3 downvotes and 1,202 views, with 68 comments and 1 negative comment.
Wow. Well, that's not bad. I wish I got that many blatant comments to me blatant honest with you.
You just need to piss people off, Noel.
No, but like, you know, I only do
usually
it
it's normally about
origin.
the 3-hour mark in the videos before my fan club comes in, and then it becomes entertaining.
Yeah. Oh, they always have something to say about your videos anyway. They just can't help themselves. You know? Yeah, he was sitting there and crying.
No, he wasn't.
He was crying because I was pretending to cry and he thought I was crying and he got upset.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I had to stop because that was a bad move on my part. Rabbi, are you ready to do the countdown, pal? Okay, I think we've lost Rabbi. Sound.
He's left the planet.
Right, I tell you what. Go on, Bob.
Charlotte.
Do the bloody countdown again.
Oh, sorry, I was on mute. I had no idea. How long was I on mute for?
I don't know.
I was on mute for a while
I was
too.
walking away. I didn't know anybody. You seem to be pausing when I was speaking.
No, I did exactly the same.
How long is it since you've heard me?
About 5, 6 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that too.
Yeah, me too.
Really,
I
about
did
5
that.
or 6 minutes ago was the last time we heard from you.
Oh my god! I had no
I thought you
idea.
had
I was
to get a
chipping
book of
in.
copy
I
or
was talking
something.
about things. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I was like,
No, I was doing the
okay,
same.
I'm ready to go. I was like, why is anyone listening? Okay, fine. Fingers on buttons, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Press play now.
Noel's a snowflake. Sorry, buddy.
Cancel.
Oh yes, and I managed to get a refill of my vomit piss flavored ass decaffeinated tea.
Just you need caffeine. Just drink some Coca-Cola or something.
I don't have Coca-Cola. I got bubbly water.
Oh,
I'm trying to live healthy, Noel.
Okay, that's just a good outfit.
Oh yeah, I loved it when they took Tegan out of the stewardess uniform.
Yeah,
Best TARDIS exterior ever
yeah.
for me.
I love the TARDIS exterior in is it in Enlightenment? No Enlightenment. Modern Undead. Some scenes.
What was that? Oh, Zoe, Victoria, Jamie.
Hey, Black, he hasn't got many more companions to go.
Oh, we're gonna see all the timeless children now. Watch.
There's somebody who chat. How come they weren't included?
Can't go
Well,
back
that's
any
what I'm about
further.
to say.
don't you dare say that. Don't you
What?
dare. I tell you, if
Dr.
they
Ruth.
re-edited this, I would go mental. I would literally, no way.
Watch this, Dr. Ruth
But
now.
listen, I wouldn't put it past Chris Chibnall doing something like that.
You do know if this ever comes out on Blu-ray, they're going to edit that scene.
Oh, don't you dare.
Although
Well,
I have a feeling the
it is.
Blu-rays have been canceled because there's been no updates, no nothing. I have a feeling you can thank the 13th Doctor for that because perhaps the sales were so bad that they had to nix the classic releases.
Oh, Retro Doc brings up a good point there. Nobody mentioned Layla. Layla was missing from the clips.
Maybe it has been edited because they can't have this one of the strongest female companions in Doctor Who history because that goes against the narrative.
Oh no, you can't let the SJWs don't want that. You know, there was no strong women in Doctor Who.
Well, that was for the that was the white male gaze that they were referring to as Leela, wasn't it?
Buffalo Soldier.
And just as a preview, my next video is going to be covering an article called Doctor Who. Mandeep Gill says Yaz's mental health struggles will affect her choices in upcoming episodes.
Still, what mental health struggles? She has none.
And it's coming straight from Radio Times.
Great.
Oh, not you full of shit again, is it?
Because that is an absolute disgrace. I suffer from mental health. And that storyline is a disgrace that they're saying that they've done. There's no character development, no story arc. No, I'll do a video on that.
It was just put in last minute, you know.
And it was written by Hugh Fullerton, as the article I covered today was written by Hugh Fullerton.
Yeah, I wouldn't be listening to that comes out.
Hugh full of crap, I call him.
I mean, he's the one that started all this crap about Doctor Who Series 13 filming, and look what happened there.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Wait, what?
He ought to be ashamed of himself, to be quite honest with you. And this is why I'm so angry about it, that people are still continuing to not believe what came out of Jodie Whittaker's mouth. You do know that she's, keep continuing to say that Doctor Who's filming, that she's encouraging fans to go to Cardiff. during a major pandemic. You ought to be ashamed of yourselves.
He's such a shill.
And Hugh Fullerton, I wouldn't be lit here. Listen, he said Series 13 could be animated. I wouldn't be lit. Don't listen to anything that comes out. Do you know how long it'd take to anime Series 13 if they were to do that?
Is my mic
with
working?
the amount of effort they put in, it'll be like drawing stick figures.
Is my mic working? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you're still here.
Cool.
Okay, I've got also an idea I had watching this. Do you think Tegan
Come here,
seeing
Forky
the
Ben.
Doctor being willing to basically murder Davros, that played into her wanting to leave him?
Possibly, yeah.
Actually, that's a good point. I had never considered that before, but that
A good point.
does make sense.
Because you see her face when he says it, you can see she's really shocked. So I was watching
Yeah.
that. Maybe, obviously, it was the deaths as well, but maybe seeing the Fifth Doctor, who's usually the most, like we've said, optimistic,
Passive.
heroic. Yeah, one of the more pacifistic doctors basically say, no, I'm going to murder somebody. Do you think, I'm thinking maybe that would be a bit of a decider for her.
It's not a side she's seen before, is it?
I'm sorry, I just got totally sucked into this episode. And Leslie Graham looking great in this.
I like your practice, Davros.
Well,
Davison is
over
damn good in this story.
This is a great
It hasn't worked out well for Davros, has it though? Like this the way he's gone, because he's never gotten that ultimate power. I think the closest he would have got was the reality bomb.
I
love
definitely think
Davidson in this story. Even if you find this a mediocre story, Davidson is brilliant.
And the guy beside Davros there is Dirty Den. Anybody knows EastEnders will know that character.
I've never watched EastEnders, but I've been told it became somewhat woke.
I think it has now. Yeah, I don't watch it anymore myself, to be honest.
No, I don't think anyone is now because it's down to what, 2 million?
Oh, working out great for them.
Yeah.
What was it? Problem being 10 million nightly. Well, the night.
Yeah. It was the top one. It was up there with Coronation Street. You know, it's the top soap opera, and now it's gone down since they took it off air because of the restrictions, and they brought it back, and now it's like down to. It was started off at 3 million. Now it's at 2 million.
But here's the thing: before the situation happened, it was losing ratings anyway because people were getting sick and tired of the BBC. When they took it off, they thought, oh, well, it's off the air for a while, so they'll come back because they'll miss it. But that wasn't the case. And this is what's going to happen with the next episode that's coming up, Festive Special.
No, but you know what happened with the problem with the soaps, Emmerdale and Coronation Street and EastEnders was that they were supposed to be, you know, it was supposed to be working class, and now all the women are big-titted, Botox, plastic fakes, and that's why people switch on just like slappers. That's all it is.
Oh, right. So it's kind of like all those Chelsea fucking shows that they do.
Listen, I don't know what it is about women on the TV today, but they've got to be loudmouth, common bins, and it's horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, I don't watch any soaps, to be honest with you now. They used to be good back in the day, and I'm not ashamed to say they used to be good back in the day. Even Coronation Street back in the day used to be pretty intense. But
do you know what, Noel? I watch the classic ones of the morning on drama because I get up early in the morning, so they're on at like 6 o'clock in the morning. I can tell you now, Coronation Street 25 years ago is a lot different to what it is now.
Yeah. Better
I
story.
don't say that for anything now.
It's just slappers. It's all it is slappers and gays and transgenders and black.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I'm sorry, but that's what it's not real life. I've been in the street for 5 years. You're lucky if I see 6 people a week.
It used to be funny with Reg Holdsworth and Maud Grimes.
Oh,
and,
Fred Elliott.
Fred Elliott, yeah.
I say. Marble at Pilgrims. And now they're all plastic bimbos, mate. I'm sorry, but it is.
Plastic bimbos that should be in Madame Tussauds.
You put a match to them, they'd melt. Especially them lips. The pouty lips.
Here, do you remember Mavis out of Coronation Street? Mavis.
Yeah.
Oh, Derek!
Fantastic.
And Mike Baldwin in his
And Arthur in
boys.
his
Yeah.
the good old days.
Oh, don't want to
Yep.
say. Wouldn't want to say.
But they were classic characters. I still love Hilda and Stan Ogden.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
Betty,
remember them.
and Betty Driver.
Yes. And
Ah,
Bette
they-
Lynch.
Hot pot Ken, right, lovey. Hot pot Ken, right, lovey.
Yeah,
Pint,
hot
right,
pot
lovey.
day. Love them, yeah.
How Ken Barlow was a stud astounds me because the man's as bland as a tea bag.
Yeah, but you got
look
to
at all the
remember.
women he had.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but you
just-
got
it's
to
bland
remember,
how it-
Gary. It was black and white when it started.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember.
So it wasn't in colour, so you can maybe go, yeah, he probably looked a lot better than he actually was.
Yeah.
But the acting is far more superior back then. You think the acting would be far more superior nowadays, but
This is great stuff.
those classic shows still stand the test of time
Yeah,
because
that's
it
the
proves that
problem
if
the
you
BBC
go and watch the
are going to head
shows
into.
after EastEnders, the ratings were through the roof for them.
Right,
for the classic
exactly.
episodes.
Oh, here's an article from the Times. BBC staff take big redundancy money and run.
Yeah. What a
BBC
surprise.
Up to a maximum of £150,000 under a voluntary redundancy program.
Wow.
Holy
Of
crap!
your money.
Yeah,
Wow.
of your freaking money. That's where
money.
all the retirees. That's where their money's going.
There
Yes.
you go. See, that's where our money is going. No wonder people are turning against the BBC. And it's sad because, as I said earlier in the stream, BBC used to be one of those stations, especially in the UK, that was the forefront of entertaining their audiences.
Yep, the
And-
BBC's gone from universally loved to universally loathed in
Yeah.
such a short time.
I know.
And a big thank you to Bond Aston Martin for bringing that to our attention.
Mm.
Oh, God. The number of dramatic deaths in this is hilarious.
Yeah, he
I
said,
know it's like I love it because it's so violent, and I love Davison in the story.
I mean, it's like all the death scenes are like, I'm going to really ham this death up. Oh, look at my death.
This was when Eric
Yeah.
Sayward had decided
in
to make
fairness-
the show as violent as we can.
Lee, in fairness, if you were around at the time and you were doing your extra work and you got a job on Doctor Who,
Oh my God, I would have been dying for 5 minutes.
yeah, exactly. You would make that draw out as much as possible. We'd all do it, man. That would be my ultimate dream, but I'm a bit old in the tooth. But back in the day, that was always my dream, to be an extra on Doctor Who.
Yeah, I'd love to have done it, but hey.
Rabbi,
it
where's
now,
the,
man.
Even to play
Rabbi.
a stupid villain or something, put a costume on. I just aren't.
Rabbi, where them hats and guns recycled from Blake 7?
Well, what's that about Blake 7?
Wasn't the hats and the guns recycled from Blake 7?
Oh, no, the hats got. I think the hats are made for. Look, what else? Yeah, the hats are made for this. They are shit, right?
I like them. I like
Oh, with
them.
the Dalek, with the I still got. Oh, there.
Yeah, I like them.
No, they're
like-
not the same helmets as the one in Blake 7, no.
No, but
Wow.
I don't know. Is this? There seems to be a lot of generic stuff from the BBC, costume department going on.
There was a lot of recycling, wasn't there?
I believe there's a fair bit there. Yeah.
Right,
Well,
Daniel,
it's available.
everybody's channels in the chat. Thank you, Daniel. Go and sub to everybody's channel if you haven't subbed to their channel already. Go ahead, Scarlett. Sorry about that.
Oh, I was just going to say, if it's there for the taking, use it. It's cheap. You don't have to pay money for it.
Well,
You know what, though?
didn't James Cameron do the same with Terminator and Alien? Didn't he?
Sorry,
Didn't
Millie.
he do the same props for those two movies as well?
If they probably did if they shot them back. I wonder if they shot them back to back,
Mm.
If they shot them back to back, they probably did. But you know what? When you think of these classic Doctor Who's, even the Duff ones like the Twin Dilemma, the effort that they put into it and everything on the budget that they had and everything, it is good, really. You know, they were on a tight budget. They had to be finished by 10 o'clock every day, or they lost the scene. I think they've done really well, really.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Consider
Even
these
bad,
Daleks,
I
yeah.
said they deserve a lot more respect than they're getting from this current era. Anyway, I can tell you,
Oh, yeah.
it's great.
You know, it is easy to criticize because it's human nature. But you know, when you think back on it in hindsight, what they did with the money, the time, and everything, it was very well done, really.
Well, even bad Doctor Who. I'm thinking specifically of season 24. There wasn't anything malicious in the background about it. It's season 24. John Nathan Turner wanted to try something different. It failed horribly, but you have to give him credit. He tried something. He was trying to improve the show, and then he completely reversed course the next season. That's what the new series doesn't have, whereas now they're just doing the same thing over and over again because they don't care.
No, but you know what? In terms of defensive season 24, Bowles Trek, you know, the BBC did send down a letter down to JNT, and they were told to completely change it, get rid of all the violence and everything else. Yeah. So the hands were really tied at the time, to be honest.
And you can kind of see from his perspective too, because he decided why the violence has to be cut out. So he tried the absurdist science fiction route for a season, which in theory was a good idea. Just in the implementation, it wasn't.
Yeah.
So do you think personally, do you know the way he gets a lot of blame? Do you think it's unjustified? Do you think that because his hands were tied by the BBC, he was told?
I don't blame JNT for anything.
I don't blame JNT for anything. I know the other side of the story, so I don't blame him at all. All the things he wanted to do, he couldn't do it.
Right.
And he reinvented the show several times. He cast 3 doctors. He only had what I would call one really bad season, which is season 24. But if you look at his other seasons, Tom Baker's final season, which I love, the first and third Davison's seasons are brilliant. Season 2 has its moments. I love Colin Baker's first season because, again, that was an experiment in a completely different direction, which has actually started. This episode was a test run.
Well, we have to thank JNT for basically staying by it for so long, because if he hadn't, it would have been taken away yonks ago. It would probably have been forgotten in, our conscience.
He wanted out for the last 4 years. He was running the show, and the BBC wouldn't let him go. Nobody else would run the show, so
exterminate.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Man! Oh, okay. I forgot that.
This is not a good look. I mean, how did they come up with this look? This is not a good look.
No, okay. I can see the censors have
made it green at least.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. And the Daleks used to be green. They used to be green, not this pinkish color.
It's shaving foam they're shooting outside the holes.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Well, you see, I love all of that. That's what makes this show Doctor Who. It's those little things. And even RTD, you look back at RTD's era now, right? Especially Christopher Eccleston. It's got the charm of classic now.
Shaving foam.
Great. And, the stories are actually solid. So it does have more of a classic feel, I think. So that's the charm of it. I don't want perfect special effects all. I don't really care, to be quite honest with you. Once the story is great.
Yep. That's why we want Classic Who. That's why it stands up to this day.
Exactly. Spot on.
I
think the little models that they used, it all adds up, and that's what we love about it. Sorry, Charlotte, go ahead.
No problem. I was going to say, I think it's sort of Who's the only show that I can think of that can that can get away with cheese the way it does. I can't think of any other show that you can you sort of joke with that first
shaving foam time
Davies episode, like Mickey with the bin. I know some people absolutely hate that scene with the bin, but only Who could get away with having a bin eat somebody.
I have cum in my eye. I have cum in my eye.
Damn. No, I think
I am filled
including that in the first episode was a mistake, though.
Say that again, Bowles Trek, sorry.
Oh, I was saying, I think the bin scene in Rose, I think that was a mistake. I don't have issues with things like that, but I think the first episode for the comeback, trying to attract a new audience, I think they should have kept it straight. Say, put the bin scene in a later episode, it would have been fine.
Yeah, but Russell was blatantly trying to get the kids' audience, wasn't he? That's what that was for.
Oh, it's Adventure Nerd asked, Bullshit, who's your favorite Doctor? Oh, go ahead, Greg.
In the Daleks, light, you can see the flick switching, like the switch flicking.
You know what's funny about that bin episode in Rose? It's like you look back at it now, and then she's sitting in the
I'm just gonna say that, the mini,
the VW, and she doesn't know how plastic he looks, but that's the charm of it. Seriously, that is so stupid, but that is Doctor Who. And you know who I feel sorry for? I only thought about this, and I think someone brought it up. Clive. Wouldn't it have been great to see Clive in an adventure with the Doctor?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
And Adventuring Nerd, my favorite Doctor for years was Colin Baker until recently because he's been completely ruined. I'd say my favorite Doctor, Classic Who, is now back to Tom Baker, and New Who, Peter Capaldi, hands down.
Well, what's happened with Colin Baker, Bolster?
Big Finish has ruined him within the past year. He's gone completely woke. The worst stories they have ever put out.
Who are we talking about?
Colin Baker.
Oh
God, yeah, they've been awful.
So I and the actor's gone so woke over the deep end, and he was my favorite Doctor for decades, but now I can't even watch his stories.
Horrible, isn't it, when you can't separate the actor from the character because of what comes out of the mouth?
Problem is the actor. Big Finish did it in a way that the character became the actor. There's one episode where him and one of his companions go on about racism to the point where you could make a drinking game out of it. It's ridiculous.
I think the Big Finish audio should stick to that particular era of Doctor Who, to be honest.
Yep, except they've brought Classic Who into modern day bullshit. The only one that's safe is Peter Davison because he, as we all know, is not in favor of this. But the rest of it is just a complete dumpster fire.
Well, it's just women. Like most Big Finish audio is just a bunch of feminists going, "Isn't the Doctor pathetic? Oh, he's so stupid. Oh, I'm so much better." And they're all women. Like all of the women are scientists. Every single one of them.
Yeah, it's I have noticed that too, going back, and Big Finish is kind of ruined for me. And I supported them for 21 years. This is actually a sad scene.
Charlotte, what do you think from a woman's point of view? What do you think?
I just think it's so fake, and it's just
it's pandering.
It's tokenism. It's pandering, and it's just at the end of the day, I like characters with faults. I think if a character's perfect, you're only going to be able to watch them for 5-10 minutes, and you get bored.
Yeah.
Yep. It's forced. It's fake, and there's no interest.
Every character needs a lowest point moment.
Yeah, it needs to be organic, doesn't it?
Every character needs to be flawed because without the flaws, the character is not interesting. And Adventuring Nerd just asked, "What about McCoy? Is he gone woke now?" No, McCoy is the other outlier because he actually did speak out against the female casting and then quickly just shut up after he saw what happened to Davison.
Yeah, smart man.
Yeah.
Keep your mouth shut. That's a smart guy.
So the McCoy stories, they haven't been great lately, but they are.
Oh, he had the worst one ever. Have you heard the Flying Dutchman?
Is that the one because it's been about a month since I boycotted them, so I haven't heard that.
Okay, I'm going to send it to you because you got to listen to this. This is the worst story ever, the wokest story ever. This fits seamlessly into Jodie's era. I'm going to send you the story.
Don't do that.
That would be the fifth time in the past.
Why would you want to ruin? Why would you want to do that to poor balls, Jack?
Because I want to see the video.
For that matter.
I'm a fan, and I want to see the video.
I might make a video against Big Finish. I've republished my.
Once you hit this one, you're going to make a video against it. This is the worst thing they've ever done.
Right.
So
I've said that 4 times in the past 3 months.
They keep
Right,
getting
listen.
lower. They keep going
I'm
down.
going to be listening to the Flying Dutchman tonight.
It's
Right,
so
listen.
bad. It's so
Just
bad.
need to
Do you have
hear
it?
it.
Send it to you.
And that's the main range?
Main range. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
uploading
fuck.
it to my server now. Okay. Do you
So
give
the-
it? It's
Right,
so-
let's do the ratings first.
oh,
Give a brief reaction to the episode, and then we can move on very quickly then to what we're talking about as well. Right, so we'll start with you, Rabbi. Give your rating.
it's a
brief
good
review.
rating. It's like, listen, this is very good, gritty, contemporary drama for 83 or whatever it was. I'm gonna give it an 8.5. I'm gonna 8.5. Really enjoy. Listen, the trouble with this though is this and Kings of Androzani. They made they were very seductively good, and they made everything go in this direction for Colin Baker, and it didn't really work as well. It worked with Peter Davison's Doctor because he was more vulnerable. So when you had this really gritty horror, there's faces melting off, and he's got guns, and the juxtaposition really works. But with Colin Baker, he came off more like a bully. With Peter Davison, is more like a reluctant hero forced to take arms. Right, so it really works here, and I think this is one of the first stories like this I can think of. But it's influential, great direction. It was Matthew Robertson direction, Eric Saber's script. He was still on his game at this point. He hadn't gone off. Yeah, listen, honestly, the biggest tragedy is when the Janet Fielding and Peter Davison and Mark Stewart, when they all left. JNT and Saywood should have gone with them. That's the biggest tragedy for Doctor Who, because they would have all gone on to a much better careers and much better lives had they done that. It's kind of a shame. Well, great episode. Great episode, though.
Thanks for that, Rabbi. Really appreciate it. We'll go with Gary next. Gary, your thoughts and your ratings for this story, please.
it's a 9 for me because it's Peter Davison's only outing with the Daleks. I love whatever Peter Davison. He could act in a room on his own, no problem. Davison, the Daleks, Davros, the military, Tegan's leaving, everything. Love it. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, I just hear fireworks. And now Ted is going to start barking. So I'm just trying to calm him down there. We'll go with Charlotte next.
I'm going to be slightly lower. I'm going to give this a 6, and a lot of that is Peter Davidson's acting. Like I said, there's some good ideas here. The idea of the duplicates and the sort of what makes you human, they almost touched upon that, which I thought was really good. And the sort of cost idea with Tegan leaving, I think it's a very good reason for a companion to leave. It's not just, I'm fed up, I'm going to stop now. So I like that. But yeah, I think this is a bit too much going on. I did want to hit Davros by the end. And that's about it. So that's about 6.
Okay, thanks for that, Charlotte. We'll go with the real Super Doctor next.
I'll give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it was a very compelling episode, full of action-packed scenes, dramatic death scenes. I would think that it was one of Peter Davison's greats. Great acting, very convincing. Sadly, it was the end of Tegan's time as the companion, so she had to leave. But I would say it was a good time for her to leave anyway, and for the next story to introduce the next companion, Perry.
Rabbi.
Yeah, I love that story, Planet Fire. Well, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Brilliant episode, everything in it. It's a lot's in it. I mean, it does everything for me, so I'll give it a 9.
No problem. We'll go with Ballstreck next.
Oh, hi.
How are you?
How is everyone?
We're good. We're good. What are your thoughts and feelings on this story? And
I do believe that I love the violence in this episode. I think Peter Davison, near the end of his run, got the portrayal of the Doctor spot on. As I said earlier, it's a shame that we didn't get a fourth season with him because I would have loved to have seen where he went with it. Davros is wonderful and over the top as always. I give this one a solid 8.5.
No problem. We'll go with you. Lee, go for it. Knock yourself out, mate.
I mean, it's one that definitely stands out. Growing up as a kid watching this, it's definitely one of Davison's highlights. I think it's one of his strongest stories. I can see that it's quite divisive in the chat because it's quite a convoluted plot line. But it does have some outstanding performances, great direction, great effects, great set design. The Daleks look great. I think it sort of pushed the envelope a bit.
It's firing on all cylinders. It really is.
Yeah. So I'm kind of torn between an 8 and an 8.5. But as it does sort of bring back the member berries in a really strong way, I'll go with the 8.5.
No problem. And for me, well, you've heard me during the stream. I felt it dragged a little bit, but in saying that, it's not actually going to hinder the score that I give it. There were some good elements in this. I thought the story kind of, was a little bit all over the place. But Davison's performance, I've told you what I think of Davison. I mean, his performance is absolutely fantastic. I don't see the point in Tegan, never have really. So yeah, for that, let me see. I have to be kind of right. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. That's my rating for this week.
That's fair enough.
Because as some people have said in the chat and on the panel, there was probably enough ideas in this whole story to have several stories, if you know what I mean. So yeah, the episode 3 is where I said it was a bit draggy. Yeah, that's the episode that dragged for me. And the end of the episode too, but still, it's a solid story. It's classic Who.
Yeah, the opening was
Davis
fabulous.
would be Doctor anyway, so and I do agree with Bolstrek. His Doctor, he got it spot on. And it is such a shame we didn't get another season, as Bolstrek said, because
Thank Troughton for that.
That's why we love Big Finish. Thanks to Big Finish for Peter Davison and the other Doctors.
Yeah. Well, early on, anyway.
Right, now that we've got that out of the way, we will tell you what the next week's classic episode is in a few. But right, let's talk about what everybody wants to talk about. New York Comic Con panel, right? And obviously all the other stuff about it not filming, and obviously the reaction to that. And I want actually to use a reaction to the fact that we only got 2 photographs. And
that's outrageous.
And what does that
mean?
Before you go jump in, listen, I'm going to ask you this. What does it mean to you guys, right? With that, the fact that they only showed 2 photos, do you believe there's something more to this?
I can't believe. I can't believe.
One at a time, right? So wait for a minute. So I'm gonna start with Rabbi.
Okay.
So Rabbi,
I'll see you quietly. So listen, this is what I think it means. I think it shows nothing more than a complete disdain that Chris Chibnall has for the audience. Even fans of his beleaguered era. Maybe because he knows how few of them there are. How hard would it have been to put together some behind-the-scenes footage of the episode?
Exactly.
See a bit of the Dalek, see a bit of excitement, see something.
Yeah.
He couldn't care less.
No.
It can't be this bad. He couldn't care less. He could be excited about it. It's not going to give away. We know the Dalek. We've all seen the leaked photos.
Yeah.
Show the Dalek, for God's sake. Do
exactly.
something.
No, you're right. They should have gave us
he took a bigger piss. He took a bigger piss on the Not My Doctors of the world than we ever could.
We do know that this current era does have a fan base, right? Whether we agree, they do, right? It might be many of them, but they do. I think
Those
this,
are ideologue,
I
man.
think this was it was basically him spitting in their faces as well, because they've stayed loyal, right? They
Right,
deserve
right.
that New York Comic Con trailer, and he produces 2 photographs. One where he has
Boring as hell. Dullest
they're all
picture
sitting at a
I've heard of.
table. 3 of them are sitting at a table, and then the other photograph is Jodie Whittaker, obviously kneeling down, writing on a wall with chalk. She's obviously still in the prison. I mean, that's not good enough. That's not good enough for the fans.
Right,
even
and
if
it's
they
so
enjoy
dull.
it.
I mean, really, we know it's the Daleks. We know it's the Daleks, okay? You're not spoiling anyway. Show us the Dalek. Show us a Dalek gun. Show us something. Just out of respect for your audience that have stuck by you through a very difficult time because you fed them pure shit. You know,
Exactly.
you're like, out of just respect for them to it. He
Yeah.
couldn't care less. I
Ballsy.
can't believe I felt bad for these idiots. Then I realized what
Yeah,
idiots.
but Ballstrike, I would like to actually hear your thoughts on it. I don't know if you did see New York Comic Con, but all I will say is from start.
I have watched it in
was a
bits.
shambles. It was
So
actually
I've watched it in bits. It was awful. I honestly, I can't stand any of these people. I can't stand hearing Whittaker speak.
Oh God, no!
I've got it up right now. But
Said the actress to the bishop.
I was going to say, well, don't do that when Whittaker's talking. It'll go right down.
The Doctor Who spotlight with Dr. Nasty, with Plank Yaz and poor Walsh. So on the official Comic-Con, 2 days later, it has 23,154 views, which, for a small YouTube channel, I'd be happy with that. But for Doctor Who, where previously that would have been in the hundreds of thousands or millions on the official Comic-Con site, this is pathetic. And it only has 1,800 upvotes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Can I just quickly say what I want?
Yeah.
I'll have to bounce in like 5 minutes. I've had a feeling for a while that this special is a disaster because I've got a feeling what Chibnall has done to overcompensate, he's chucked too much in this special, has been my feeling for a while now. I just think he'll go over the top. He'll put too many things in to try and go, look at all the flashy lights, look at all the flashy lights. And the fact that they haven't done a trailer, for me, means I think they're scared about how it's going to be received.
Yeah.
I suppose so. You can tell he's going for the remembrance of the Daleks. I mean, he's probably going to be doing
everything smelling of it that it's going down.
This is what I think. Honestly, I think this special. I think this could be the worst thing out of Series 12 when it comes to actual.
Yeah.
Well, if it is, then that's it. It's over. It's over. If this special ends up being worse than what we got in Series 12, it's over.
Because you know what? They know how bad it is.
That's what I think.
Oh, that's a really good point you're making.
I think they know how bad this is, so that's why they haven't done a trailer. I think they're absolutely scared.
Even saying terrible, you've got to be able to put a trailer.
Well, I'm sorry. If you're going to put front and center at a New York Comic Con, right? The big fucking thing that they've been waiting for so long, and the best you can come up with is a bunch of bored people in a beige room looking sad.
Yeah,
around the table. I mean, that is embarrassing.
This Christmas special should be getting plugged now. Should be getting plugged to death now, the Christmas trailer.
They should be flogging this to death with as much exposure as bloody possible. What are you hiding?
I might destroy it. I'm quite excited.
So it makes you feel like it's going to be anticlimactic, doesn't it, really? Just two bland pictures.
What? It's going to be a bunch of people sat in a room sad.
It just it makes the episode look. It makes the episode look anticlimactic. Just seeing two photographs, one with three people sitting around the table, and another one with the Doctor scratching the days off.
I mean, I think that's indicative. It's indicative of Chibnall's era. That one photograph of them sat around the table. That for me, completely illustrates the entirety of Chibnall's era. I think it's an absolute perfect representation of everything
like
I've come to expect.
It's more soap opera than sci-fi, isn't it? It's more soap opera now than sci-fi. It's all
And you know what?
Political petty issues that don't mean anything. You can do that on any planet.
And that is why they were interviewed by this interviewer who was from Salon magazine, right? Which is a extremely far left lifestyle and politics magazine. Okay, they're full of identity politics, all the rest of it. So it's quite telling who they got to do all the softball questioning. And what's that got to do with science fiction? You know, why can't we have someone who's a proper geek nerd type to do the interviewing? Someone who should be sort of representative of the fandom, someone who is within the fandom, not some journalist from a political magazine. You know, I mean, that completely extemporizes everything. I just think it's very, very telling. Very telling.
I
found that the rumor that BBC are they have in fact lost faith with Doctor.
But we have.
Right,
that whole Comic-Con appearance.
All the evidence together.
Only for
No promotion for this festive special.
I mean, the Jodie fans have been waiting. Like they were all in the chat going, "We want a trailer. We want a trailer. We want a trailer." And they didn't get it. And it's like, look, we've been telling you guys for months and months and months, for 3 years, that this guy is a hack, he's a moron, he's an idiot, and he doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about anything. And you're accepting this guy without any question. And
the reason they accepted him is because, here's the reason they love him. Mostly. It's because then they don't understand what it is to be a person very well. They don't human being very well. They don't have friendships. They have alliances. And because Chris Chibnall is allied with them, doesn't matter what he's doing is unwatchable shit. Because he's allied with them, they have to support it. So, but he's a human being, apparently. He's like, I don't care.
Do you think he's lost faith? Here's an interesting question, though. Do you think he's lost faith in his own ability? Do you think he's lost faith in his own ability? Do you think he's not confident that that's why he hasn't put out the trailer? Maybe he's not confident.
I don't think narcissists think that way. They can never think that anything they do is bad. I think that he really genuinely thinks he's a genius.
Really?
Although he did hire beneath him.
I can't even imagine. That's crazy.
Well, think about it. He's had this idea. Rabbi, he's had this idea for the timeless child. He's had this idea for the timeless child since he was 19.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, and he went with it. So that's how committed he was to this genius idea he's had.
The idea he had when he was 19 is not the idea we saw.
Right, I mean, that's bad fanfic right there.
Identity politics and a little else. The idea he probably had might have been quite good, but it went stale. Like that's what happens with ideas. They go if you leave. Russell T Davies is very good about this. You should read his book, The Writer's Tale. What's it called again? The arsehole. On Twitter.
Which
one?
There
you go.
Oh, right. Okay.
Fine. But he talks about it like. If you have an idea, right, and you keep it, and you're not fluid with it, it goes stale, and it's really weird because you can really like see that. First season of The Sopranos was all based around the idea that the if you've seen that the doctor Melfi is able to diagnose his mother through there and work out his mother's gonna have him killed, right? That idea was the initial idea for it. And then when they wrote Sopranos, it was so innovative and because they kept that idea, that's the only thing that season felt kind of stale. Right? If you hold on to ideas too long, they go stale. It's weird, but it's true.
Yeah.
I see that a lot.
So prediction of you guys actually, interestingly, when do you think a trailer will drop? Because the J-bots or the Whittaker fans, whatever you want to call them, they're coming up with theories now. Oh, and also one of those other theories is this:
November 23rd.
I was just going to say that November 23rd.
That are saying even though it's come out of the woman's mouth herself that Doctor Who is not filming because it was a pre-record now is what we're using.
Yeah, but she also said they won't be filming till the end of the year. Now there was an interesting moment there when what's her name, Yasmin Khan, character woman, she said in a couple of weeks, and then she was interrupted by Jodie Whittaker saying, "Oh, by the end of the year." But the point is, they've said that they were in pre-production. They might be rehearsing that, or whatever. They might be having read-throughs. I don't even know if it's written.
If they say that,
it means nothing.
Okay, the reason people don't say anything is because they got nothing to say. The reason if you ask somebody a question, they can't answer you, is because they don't have an answer. They got nothing.
Well, the point is, you can say anything you like 2 or 3 weeks ago, but the point is, Cardiff is in lockdown now, and it's staying in lockdown for the foreseeable future. So it doesn't matter what someone said a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. The point is, they cannot do filming because the studios are in the lockdown area, and the area where they said they were filming in Leckwith is outside that area. So they're not allowed to go beyond that perimeter. As simple as that.
Yeah, but everybody's forgetting Children in Need. Children in Need is coming up, and that's official.
That's a big one, yeah.
And they could have an announcement on that because that's broadcasting quite wide.
Yeah, there'll probably be a trailer for that. Yeah.
Well, listen, I have to be honest, and Dan from the Space Book actually mentioned this on his thread when he was watching the Comic-Con panel, and when he seen the two photos, he felt no emotion whatsoever.
Yeah, he was just
underwhelming. Underwhelming.
I actually thought that was sad because no emotion, so there's no anger, no regret,
it happens. This is the majority of fans now. This is the majority of Star Trek fans. They have no emotion for Star Trek.
David Rayner just said Chibnall in need. Chibnall in need. I think that's about it. Need of talent. Yeah.
Go ahead, Ballstrike. You were going to say?
I was going to say, sorry guys, I had to step away. I had a dog emergency. She had to poop.
No.
I was just going to say, talking about Chibs, the guy is such an unlikable asshat. He's so far up his ass. His ego is on a level of I don't even know how to put it. You could tell this is somebody who's had a very privileged life.
He's a narcissist.
He is. And here's the thing: some people could say, "Well, Moffat was an asshat." Actually, it was very different with Moffat. When you'd watch Moffat doing interviews, he was actually self-deprecating out of it. Like you watch a panel with Moffat. Half the time, I'm just laughing my ass off at him because the guy he has such a dry sense of humor. I loved Moffat, and Moffat has written some of the best stories in Doctor Who history. Chibs has written all of the worst, even before he was there. His stories were awful.
It's incredible, I can't terrible, isn't he?
He's a hack.
And did you notice as well in that panel that when he had that pre-recorded thing, all he could talk about was identity. It's just like, oh God,
indeed.
Ugh.
Well, we know where that's going. And honestly, Chibs' ego, he doesn't care how bad the show does. This is about him. This is about him proving he's superior to everyone else. The rest of us are plebs. Apparently, even the people that like him are plebs, which actually, to be honest, that says a lot about these people because they eat their own anyway. So Chibs is an all-out SJW. He's garbage. And what you're saying, and I've said this in my past few videos, I have no feelings on this show whatsoever anymore. My videos now are just making fun of it. I don't want it to be saved. I'm not even really that angry anymore because it's past. It's over. It's done. It's just, you're just watching.
Going through the motions.
Not even going through the motions. It's like the corpse is dead. The corpse has been pissed on. Now we're just watching Chibs gleefully fuck the dead corpse with the smirking ass fucking. He's got such a punchable face. I hate the guy. I hate the show. And I've been watching the because I didn't get to watch it live with you guys because I was at work. I've been watching it in little bits because I can't stand outside of Bradley Walsh and to a certain extent Tosin Cole because you can tell he just doesn't want to be there. I can't stand these people. It's grating to watch. I have to take it in little bits. And they're so far up their asses. I can't wait.
It's a big backslap session.
Yep. And I can't wait for the BBC to lose the license fee and for all these people to end up on the unemployment line because it's the BBC, and I've said this many times, you up until 4 or 5 years ago, you think BBC, quality entertainment, the best that's out there. now I hear the word BBC and I literally see red. I feel nothing but hatred for this corporation.
Right.
Imagine how we feel.
It's like, I feel so bad for you guys in the UK because you actually have to pay for this shit.
And we're losing an institution we absolutely used to love and revere so much.
Well,
now we can't stand it.
Well, if it folds, the good thing is if it folds or if it goes bankrupt, which is what's going to happen because nobody wants this shit, all these licenses will be up for sale in bankruptcy. So Doctor Who, because Doctor Who, I don't see it really coming back from this, but from certain viewpoints, it does have value. So if somebody competent wants to take it over, and at one point I would have said Netflix, but no, every time Netflix seems to improve, they just pull more bullshit.
Well, HBO might have a claim to it, you know.
HBO might, but keep in mind, Netflix and Amazon Prime in North America also at one point had streaming rights to it, and they ended up dropping it. But go to Amazon Prime. I think out of all the streaming services, they're the least woke, mainly because their philosophy seems to, like Netflix, their philosophy changes by the week. But Amazon, it's built on the philosophy of Jeff Bezos, which is a philosophy of growth. It's not so much profit. He wants to take over the world slowly. So that's what they've done with the Amazon mail service.
Yeah.
The website. Things are cheap because they keep it at a razor thin profit margin so they can expand. And to expand, it's seen over and over again that you bring up woke shit, you're not going to expand, and there is some woke garbage on Prime, don't get me wrong, but it's the least woke out of the three of them. Netflix, fuck. Oh yeah, and after all the cuties and all this other crap, they just raised their prices in Canada again. We're now paying $19 a month for the premium service, which is the non-shit service. Yeah, it's Doctor Who needs to go away for a long time, even when the BBC folds, a long time. And this era needs to be forgotten about. It needs a reboot that harkens back, not even to New Who, because I think New Who as a whole has really been sullied. It needs to go back to the classic series, to that ethos.
I'd like to go back to William Hartnell.
Yeah, well, you can't reboot Doctor Who because of the structure of the show. Rebooting it makes no sense. It's a continuing story. But what they need to do is do something like what they did when they brought it back in 2005 with Christopher Eccleston, where it's at a point in the Doctor's future. You didn't see the last regeneration at this point. You have no idea what happened to Paul McGann. You know, based on the numbering, that this is the next Doctor, but there's obviously a massive empty void there, and that's what they need to do. They need to pick it up in the future with the future Doctor. Not even let us know in this case which number it is. It's just it could be several Doctors removed from this clusterfuck. They need to decanonize everything from the Chibs era. And honestly, I think it should just be done in a throwaway line, because that's all the respect they deserve. All you need is just one line that says, I don't know, the Doctors is on fucking acid or something, and just write it off, and then just go ahead. No identity politics. Good stories. I'm talking writing the level of series 1 to 4 of Game of Thrones. Only that level of writing will bring the show back, because it has this is not like 2005. Yeah, people didn't hate Doctor Who when it went off the air in 1989. It was
in 2005.
Yeah, it was awesome because Doctor Who actually got much better in season 26, leagues ahead of season 24. The problem wasn't that people hated the show; it's just they lost interest, they moved on, they weren't watching it anymore. They didn't hate it. But now when the show comes back, say, I don't know, 2025, which I think...
At this rate, it could be 2030, mate.
Yeah, well, no, but even when it comes back, it's going to have the stain of how it went away.
Yeah.
Yeah. And removing that stain, the shit stain that is Chibs Whittaker, you're going to need some fucking hardcore bleach to get that out.
From the 80s to now, it's like the 80s didn't harm the show, as you said. It was just people just lost interest.
They moved on. It was the same thing with what happened with Star Trek. Enterprise actually, and it paralleled Doctor Who almost perfectly. The end of Enterprise, the last 2 seasons were actually awesome, but it was similar to Doctor Who. The audience, they'd gotten bored, they moved on, they weren't watching it anymore. But there wasn't any animosity towards Star Trek.
Yeah.
There is now. You can also use the same parallel with Star Wars. Episodes 1 and 2 are a complete fucking dumpster fire, but they weren't hateful. George Lucas did respect the show. He just should have had somebody else writing and directing. And this is my view, I think it got much better. I think episode 3, it's actually my second favorite Star Wars film. So the same thing with Star Wars. It did go away for a decade, 2005 to 2015, between episode 3 and episode 7. There wasn't any animosity. Yeah, it had gone down, but it had redeemed itself, but it wasn't really disrespectful to the fans. It was just badly written and directed. But now you're in a situation with Star Wars where it parallels the same thing. Like this has been the case with every
It's almost
franchise.
as if it's by design, isn't it?
It is. Like there's so many parallels between
yeah.
the 3 franchises.
Of course it is, yeah. I mean, it's beyond coincidence. I don't think anyone denying that seriously is deluding themselves. I mean, it's so in your face. I mean,
Well,
look at everything. Look at Marvel. Look at
you can
Terminator.
I was about to say the Terminator. You can draw a parallel there.
Yeah.
As well. Nobody hated the Terminator. It just had 3 not very good films. Genesis was awful, but people didn't hate the Terminator.
Oh.
Then they pulled that with Dark Fate, so now people hate the Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
And with the DCEU that's the most frustrating one. Their first 5 movies, 4 of them were shit. Then you had Wonder Woman, which was really good. They had what, in my opinion, they had a slight comeback. They had Shazam and Aquaman, which I think they were both solid movies.
I have to tell you, I kind of like those 2 Superman movies. Which Superman versus Batman and Superman, or Man of Steel.
I like the extended version of Batman versus
movies.
Superman.
It's an opinion has always been torn on
interesting.
those.
I felt they were very comic, accurate. I thought it was good for a niche audience. It's made on a ridiculously huge budget. It's like people who like comic books, I guess.
Yeah. Well, and also why DC makes me mad is they had Joker, which was outside of the universe, but still really within the production team, if you want to call it that. It was the next movie. It's still DC Warner. It's still lumped in with everything else, which was absolutely brilliant. And then they completely shit the bed with Birds of Prey, which I think might actually be the worst movie I've ever seen. It's honestly, you have to see it to believe it. If you can get it free on a streaming service, watch it, because
I wouldn't watch it.
I'm sorry. No, honestly, it's so bad. It's actually miraculous. Your jaw will be on the floor the whole time. It's worth watching just to see how fucking awful it is.
I don't know if I can put myself through it.
I've not seen it.
Actually, make a drinking game out of it every time a male is disparaged. But it's so anti-male, it's over the top anti-male. And it's so badly acted. The directing makes no sense. Even the ADR. Jesus Christ, half the movie is out of sync. Like it's like you're watching something that's been translated from another. I've never seen ADR this bad. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So the movie is so bad on every level. The music choices are awful. They don't fit with what's going on screen. Like, it is literally a perfect fucking disaster.
Was it diversity hire?
Oh yeah, it was diversity hire across, and it's just so incompetent. But literally most of the movie.
But the fight scenes were directed by a male director.
Oh.
But it's honestly, I've never seen this before, where the dialogue replacement is so bad. Half the movie looks like it was translated from another language. The lips don't match up at all. Like it's a perfect, like, this is Mystery Science Theater 3000 territory here. Like, it is. I've never seen a movie that is this bad. It's worse than Fan Four Stick. Take out the wokeness, it actually is worse than Fan Four Stick.
Boris.
What's wrong?
What?
He's just had to pop off.
Oh, okay.
He'll be back.
I'm done with my rant. My rants tend to go on. I get worse with them every week. But that's my my latest 20-minute rant.
No, you're cool. How's Lexi, by the way?
Lexi is, knock on wood, she's doing better. Well, I sent you the picture of her yesterday when she was
Yeah, I
doing her
got
pretty pose.
that. Yeah, that was lovely. She was just lying there on her little bed or her cushion.
No, that's my couch, which she owns, and she has a
Oh,
She, I can't sit on my couch anymore. It's hers.
oh.
So I sit on my chair, and the dog takes up the whole couch.
Yeah. I can't even sleep in my own bed, so I know how you feel about their couch. So yeah, he's a tiny little thing, but he takes up the whole bed because he won't sleep in his own bed.
Oh yeah, no, they do that. But you have to just let them do it because they're too cute.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I always end up giving in, So like, yeah.
Well, Lexi has what I call the Mrs. Sad Face look, which I swear she's worked on in a mirror, because you can't get mad at her because she gives you this look. She's got her teeth out, looking sad. She pulls off the quivering jaw, and then the sad eyes, and then her little ears go plastered against her head. I'm like, God damn it, dog. Okay, here's your 5th cookie today.
Oh, well, bold stretch. You can imagine how I felt during Orphans 55 because I had a partner for my dog and it was mauled to death last year and his name was Benny.
So my cat was called Benny and he got run over by a car.
So, of course, when Orphan 55 come on and I kept hearing Benny, 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 and then people were laughing about it, I kept thinking about my poor... I mean, it got mauled to death outside my door, so...
Yeah, my cat Benny got run over by a car, so that was
well, what happened? You just it another dog?
No,
or?
I was going out to get the bins in, and Benny was my lap dog. Millie's a lot quieter, but Benny was the dog that used to be on my lap and fuss over me and everything. And we were getting the bins in. I just opened the front gate, and a dog from across the road from nowhere, just up the path, got the dog round the throat. Took 20 minutes to kill it, and to this day, I mean, we managed to get the, I had to get the police and everything. But to this day, I mean, I've seen the owner 3 times since, and I still get abused. But I just blank him completely as though he's invisible.
Outrageous.
But I still get
the owner the owner yelled at you?
Yes, well, the owner had there was 2 dogs. I can't remember the breed of the dogs, but they had no ears. They were a German breed that had their ears removed. But he actually had 2 of them, so I'm trying to get the one off my dog. The other one's circling me. I thought the other one was going to attack me, but the owner was screaming and trying to attack me as I'm getting his dog off my dog. Oh, it was horrific. It was horrific.
Fucking dude, live on the other side of the fucking ocean. Jesus
lives on the
Christ.
same street. Lives on the same street. Lives on the same street. Yeah.
No, that's why I'm always Lexi's a husky, so like that they tend to bolt. So since she was a puppy, I've always been cautious. Like when I bought the house right here, I actually got because I've got a little entryway renovated, but used to be a porch. So what I do, I'm so paranoid. I have a separate gate. And I put the gate up before I even go outside, and it's because of things like that. It's just I am so sorry, man. That is.
That's okay. We're a lot better today. It was a year ago.
That story's not fun nor funny. No. That's a rough story.
Sorry.
Oh no.
Listen, I'm gonna head off. It's 12:20 for me.
No,
good night, Rabbi.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off.
Good night, Rabbi.
Good night. God bless.
Night, my friend.
Right,
I'm going to head off.
Yeah, I got to head off too. And Leland, I just want to mention that
I'm staying out and protest.
I just say Leland Gaunt, my old husky died last year, left a massive hole in my life. Well, Leland, I am so sorry, man. It's Lexi's 12 and a half. She's an older husky, and it's awful. They're like your kids.
I know. Yeah. Millie's 14 now, but I'll definitely get new ones, God willing.
Yeah, it's no, you've always got to have them. Although she's little, so 14. Like my parents have a Shih Tzu that just turned 16, and he's just starting to show the age. But up until probably 15 and a half, still act like he was a puppy. The smaller dogs tend to live longer. Like Lexi, with Huskies, you've got the 3 breeds. You've got Malamutes, which are the biggest, Alaskan, which are in the middle. The Siberian Husky is the smallest. And then even for a Siberian, I've got a picture of her with her brothers and sisters. She was runt of the litter, so even for a husky, she's little, which works to her favor. But yeah, no, man, I am so sorry.
No, it's okay. No, we're okay today. It was a year ago. We're okay.
Yeah.
But Millie's got
I've got a
plenty of life.
question,
And it's fine.
please. Have you
Say that
seen
again.
the trailer to the Witches? The new Witches film?
Yeah, I saw the promo
Oh,
for that.
my
It's just like,
God.
I know diversity. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay. Love it. Right. What we're going to do is, because I know everybody wants to head off, so I'm going to give everybody the opportunity to plug themselves. So whatever you have up and coming on, use our channel and all that. And don't forget to check us out tomorrow as we continue our new Who watch along. We are doing the Shakespeare Code, so come and join us for that. So Bolstrek, go ahead. You can plug first because I'll let you go off to do whatever you do today.
Okay, hi everyone. My name's Bolstrek. I do things on the YouTubes. I put up a video today, very uplifting. It's called Doctor Who's Terrible Upcoming Festive Special. And given that we were doing a behind the scenes thing, let's see how it's doing now. So it has been up for 1 hour and 43 minutes. It is number 3 of my last 10 videos. So far, and YouTube always does this thing where it just freezes at one point and then it does an update. But so far, so we are at 2,527 views, 125 comments, 491 upvotes, and 5 downvotes. But that will change as soon as my fan club comes. And yeah, so check out Doctor Who's Terrible Upcoming Festive Special. And I'm going to have another video coming up either tomorrow or Monday called Yaz is Sad.
Oh, lovely. Can't wait for that one especially as well. And I'll watch the one tonight. But go and check out his videos because he's back now on YouTube.
And pray for me, everyone, because I didn't do. Normally I do my errands before the stream, but because I got the video out, I'm behind. So I'm about to head off to the hell known as Walmart. So pray for me.
We will.
It's going to be fun. We got 2 Walmarts, and we've got the nice one and the scummy one. I'm actually equal distance from both, but the scummy one is always entertaining. But the nice one is the nice one is usually busier but more trouble free. So do I want to visit? In the chat, should I go to the scummy Walmart and witness hilarity ensue? Or should I go to the nice Walmart and have it take a little bit longer?
I'm scared to say because if you go to
the scummy one, he has to film a few minutes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh no, this is like, it's funny. It's the people of Walmart. When you look at the people of Walmart website, this is the scummy Walmart, and then the other Walmart is in like the richest part of the city, so it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
But they'd probably knife me, Noel.
Right. So
this is one of them Walmarts where they actually had to close the restrooms at the back.
But you see, if you use your head, right? If you use your head, you could put a short on, right? That has a top pocket, right? Turn your phone around, whack your phone, put your phone back in your pocket, but make sure that the camera is hanging out of the pocket, if you know what I mean, and then just walk around casually. And then when you see drama, you just turn around with your shopping trolley and just,
Oh no, the scummy Walmart, it's one of the Walmarts where you had to pay for your shopping trolleys.
Oh, well.
And the scummy Walmart actually did a really stupid thing because in Canada, all our Walmarts, half of them are self-checkout. So they recently brought that into the scummy Walmart, which I don't know why. So it actually takes up 2/3 of the row. And these are both they're both the largest format Walmarts available in Canada. So they're huge. So just this massive self-checkout thing. So they're on the honor system, but apparently that is not going very well because you go through 2 security checkouts that check your receipt on the way out. So fucking scummy Walmart.
Wow.
When you get a shopping.
Oh, Noel is correct. If you go to the scummy Walmart, you have to make a video out of it, and that's from a fellow Canadian.
Oh yeah.
Where I live, Bolstrek, they take the shopping trolleys home with them and leave them in the streets. They're a pain in the bottom.
Oh yeah, no, that's why the scummy Walmart is locked up now, and they actually have it's attached to our largest mall, so they've also got the thing where the wheels stop working when you leave the perimeter. Although
we get that here, but here as well, you don't pay for your shopping trolley. You just put like a quid in the thing, and that unlocks, and then when you go take it back, you get your quid back.
Oh yeah, no, that's how the scummy Walmart works too. Except people have found ways around that too because they don't want to lose $1 for an hour, and we have no alternative to Walmart anymore because Target Canada came in and through sheer incompetence drove itself out of business in 2 years. Watch documentaries on Target Canada. It's fucking hilarious. We do have Giant Tiger, which is very small, but we've got 2 of those.
Bowles Trek. Just changing the subject slightly. Have you been following the Chris Watts case in Colorado?
I have been following the Chris Watts case since it happened.
It's the most disturbing thing because I feel like I know Shannon and Bella and CC and Nico through all the videos.
I've seen everything since it happened. That's the most disturbing story I've ever seen, and there is a fascination about it to understand.
Of course,
you'll never spousal murder is terrible, but those 2 little girls and the way he disposed of them, it's awful. It's the most. I've never been this disturbed by a news story. No. This is the type that will give you nightmares, and I think that's why many people, including I actually at one point was going to make a video about it, but it was so far removed from what I normally do, I decided not to put it up on my channel. But yeah, I've been following it for 2 years, just trying to understand and comprehend it. And to this day, I can't. And I think it's also because Shanann's life was so public, you get to know these people, but then even within her Facebook videos, you can see subtle hints in the back. And Chris Watts is a fucking piece of shit. Normally, I'm not in favor of the death penalty, but in this case, it's like just disgusting. So, I followed it, and
he'll get his one day. Believe me.
Oh, he
might take years, but he's gonna get it.
Karma's a thing. It's, but yeah, my summation on that is I've been following it for 2 years. To this day, I can't comprehend what happened.
I follow it. I follow it because I feel like I know them all so personally. I'm talking about.
Well, you do. Girl. It's you've watched them and then you see. Yeah, it's and my heart just breaks for those kids. But for her parents.
After that Bowles Trek, it made me realize you don't really know anybody. You don't know what's going on in anybody's head or behind closed doors.
Keeping up with the Joneses was part of it, and you have it because if you look at it, they had a massive house. But then if you look at it, the disaster that behind the scenes, you've got the affair with Kessinger, you've got serious financial problems, and so whenever I'm driving around and when I'm in the wealthy part of the city, we've got big houses like that. I just look at them and I'm like, I wonder how much misery is actually behind these walls. How many people are one paycheck from losing everything? Like you look at these people and the 1% is different, but you look at, and every city has these, one YouTuber actually referred to them as McMansions. These large, but generally cheaply built houses, most people cannot afford them. And I know people that have lived like that. So
that's like a housing bubble crash happened, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it didn't crash in Canada because the subprime was it was illegal in our country, so it didn't crash like that. But there are people that just narrowly were able to afford their mortgages, and you just look at it and you're thinking, my God, like I wouldn't want to live like that. Like I have my small 3-bedroom house built in 1937. I like it. I couldn't bring myself to live in a McMansion because when your expenses are that high. And also, they've got the Mercedes and BMWs and Lexuses in the driveway. When your expenses are that high, when you look like your average cost of a mortgage in Toronto right now, because it's so expensive. I don't live in Toronto, thank God. But it's about $4,000 a month. When your expenses are that high and you're living paycheck to paycheck or just scraping by, and you lose your job, you are fucked. And that's what people don't understand when they get themselves, when they keeping up with the Joneses, buying things that maybe this week you could barely afford. Something happens, you're screwed.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly,
and when I live by the philosophy where I always live under my means.
Yeah. That's me too. I don't own any credit cards. I don't know.
Oh, and we lost and real super
You're
doc went away.
You're far happier living just a simple life. Honestly, just live a simple life. You got food in your belly, clothes on your back, electricity and gas.
It's like I've got
anything else.
No, it's like I look at it. I've got my my old house, but I'm perfectly happy with it. It's well maintainable. Within affordability. I don't buy new cars. Every car I buy is 3 years old because that's when you're going to get the most value for your money. My main hobby, as a lot of people know, is collecting Blu-rays, but that I have a budget for every month, and I don't go over it. But when you look at something like that story, and it happens all the time, and it's happening all over the place right now, when you're driving through the not the 1% neighborhoods, but the other neighborhoods where you can tell everybody there is beyond their means. It's like one step below the 1%. You can't help but feel bad for these people because what's probably going on behind the scenes, especially now because of what's happened to the economy, it is terrifying. And wow, this really took a turn. How did we get? Oh yeah, Gary.
Sorry, sorry, I digressed. I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's okay. It's but no, it's I think it's an important subject. And like I said, I was going to do a video on it, but it was just so far removed from what I normally do. I'm like, no, this is just going to be too jarring for I might make a video on it and put it on the second channel, but it just would not fit on the main channel. It'd be way too jarring because normally I'm somebody that yells at articles and then suddenly I've got this heartbreaking thing come out. But yeah,
but the sad thing is his mother is in such denial. She's even worse.
I think his mother, I think she had something to do with the murders. They hated Shanann. They didn't even go to the wedding.
That's right.
And I think his mother actually helped push him towards this. So I think she is as equally responsible as he is.
Yeah.
And definitely. Even after Shanann and really the daughters were killed, she's still slagging Shanann.
Of course, like, yeah, exactly. There's no sorrow. No sorrow whatsoever. There's no tears. Happy. Oh, my daughter-in-law, my babies. There's nothing.
No, but I think Chris Watts' father, I think he's been affected by it. I have a feeling he's been in the marriage from hell for 40 some odd years. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks for that.
Well, let's Super John is gone as well. So good night, Super John. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, my friend. I guess that was in the middle of our thing. We did. It was awesome having you on again, my friend. Well, Noel had you on. The rest of us just show up. But yeah, half an hour later, I have to go to Walmart.
No problem. Listen, stay safe, and don't forget, if you're going to the scummy one, put the phone in your short pocket. It works every time.
Maybe at some point. Maybe I'll go there on Black Friday, and you can see what it actually is.
Joking.
Do you know what's creepy about Walmart?
What?
You know what's creepy about Walmart? You always get a lot of Predator videos where they go to meet kids in Walmart. I've noticed.
Oh yeah, it's no that is a thing.
Wow,
I think that's one of the reasons why the scummy Walmart has guards. Oh, cool. Well, now that
stay safe, pal.
Okay, stay safe.
Yeah, man, go to scummy Walmart. We have places like that around here, so trust me, I know what you're talking about. But stay safe. And
I will, man. I'll.
Good night. God bless both.
You are joining us
next, guys. And I will see all three of you.
Because here's the thing.
Oh yeah. Wait, Noel. We don't know what we're doing next week.
We do. What we doing next week, Lee?
Attack of the Cybermen.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. I'll have to get a copy of that.
I was hoping for the Twin Dilemma, but okay.
Yeah.
No, do you remember we picked their choices before the lockdown? We're going to do them, and then when it comes to your choice again, then you can pick, if we're on that doctor, then you can pick whatever you want, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, that was a joke, Noel.
I know, but I was just explaining.
No, nobody can tell when I'm joking. It's part of my show.
Yeah, your sarcasm is great.
I'm an alien, man.
Yes, you are. You
Yeah.
better stay safe though, because we need more Ballstreck videos. So keep them coming.
Well, we're
yeah.
gonna have a sad tale of wooden plank Yaz coming up.
Yeah.
So,
And by the way, really break it down, right? Show how flawed this actual storyline is as well. Now you're going to take the piss, but could you like?
oh, it's a stupid storyline, man. The whole article's oh yes, that episode was all about Yaz. No, it wasn't. You fucking idiots.
Yeah,
You
just
broke-
know how ridiculous the whole thing about her being bullied actually is.
Oh,
It
it's yeah. She. Oh, poor Yaz was bullied. Well, fucking everyone was. Well, Yaz also feels bad because criminals are racist to her. I'm like, they're fucking criminals. God, you suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Graham. There's a big difference between somebody was sad to me when I was young and I suck at my job to I think I'm going to die of cancer. So that's why this is being covered. Because
Exactly. Well done. Because that scene still pissing people off. And they tried to justify that scene as well, actually, in the Comic-Con. Did you see that? They brought it up. And I was like, really? You're going to try justify that scene, say it was beautiful? Didn't your woman say in the panel it was beautiful or something? Oh, by the way, the worst thing about that panel was poor Bradley Walsh having to blow smoke up both their asses.
Well, yeah, that's in his contract. If he doesn't do that, he's getting canceled.
Well, I don't feel sorry for Bradley Walsh. He's just playing the game. He's milking the cash cow as well. Come on. Don't feel sorry for him. He's playing a good game. I'm sorry. If that's the
all right, okay. Well, you do make a good point, but I don't know. I still kind of
have called the cash cow. He's milking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I must go to Hellmart now.
Right.
So have a good day, everyone. Oh,
You too.
well, I guess
Bye-bye.
I'll give another update before I go. Let's see where we're at now. We are now at 2,781 views, 138 comments, and 533 upvotes to 5 downvotes. Yay. And I'm still monetized in theory. I will be back. Love y'all. I'll do a sign off for you. And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and check your subscription and notification status because YouTube continues to be royal dickheads. Follow me on Parler and troll me on Twitter. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching and have a great day.
Thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, we love an old Ballstreck. We should have actually ended with that, but Lee didn't get a chance to plug and neither did Gary. So
I'm okay. Listen, I'll say good night now, Noel, so you can talk to Lee.
All right, no problem. Listen, good night, pal. Thanks for
Gary.
coming. See you next week.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Take care, Millie. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Millie. Right, listen, you can do your plug and we will leave it at that as well. So let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah, sure. You can find me on Parler allegedly, even though I don't really bother with it that much. Still waiting to hear back from Twitter. Nothing. What else can I say? Yeah, if you need some work doing CGI stuff or graphic stuff, you know where to find me in the chats. So you can always message me in the chat if you've got any plans or any ideas. What else? Yeah, the Space Book has started a new podcast which was premiered today, which is the Blake 7 podcast, which is called Teleport. So it talks and discusses about Blake 7 on there. So if you're into Blake 7 at all, go and check that out. I did the theme tune. So if you want some music done as well, there's a good example. I did the Blake 7 theme tune for that. That's it.
Fantastic. And I might as well let you know what happens on a Friday night here on the channel. And while I do that, actually, you get to see some of Lee's work as well in action. So this is every Friday, folks. And that's every Friday. Every time I play it on StreamYard here,
it goes black for me, yeah.
Oh, well for you. But don't forget, that's every Friday. Hashtag the TARDIS Zone Talks. if you have anything to get off your chest, this is the channel to do so. As you can see, it's doing very well, actually. So I'm liking the format. Everybody gets to come on. So remember, that's every Friday. And if there's any new people out there that haven't been on, please do. I'd encourage us to come on. We're trying to get as many voices on and as many opinions as possible. What else? Well, that's it for tomorrow, I suppose. So I'm about to leave you with another bit of Lee's work now. And this is us saying goodbye now. So goodbye from me, goodbye from Lee, and everybody that was on the panel. Want to thank everybody in the chat for taking part. Chris and all the other moderators, thank you very much. And listen, enjoy the rest of our weekend, and we will see you tomorrow for the Shakespeare Code. Don't forget, I will throw up the trailer now in a few minutes. It'll be thrown up in a few minutes, right? It'll be up on Twitter and YouTube. So look out for that. I'm definitely going to throw that up now. So I'll talk to you tomorrow. So I'll leave you with this. And as Lee said, contact them if you want a bit of work done, because it's absolutely fantastic. See you soon. You might see you sooner than you think, though. Watch out for my YouTube channel. Talk to you later.